Why you got a thumbs up? Lost in the script again. Episode 61. I love my people, but sometimes they slow as hell.
Look, man, it's not my fault. Y'all, we've been live for about 30 minutes.
We've been live for a fucking hour. Just talking into the damn air.
It was an hour. I forgot to hit the live button. Because I scheduled, because supposed to do it on his own. It's not my fault. It ain't my fault.
Nigga, get to the story.
How y'all doing, man? Hopefully y'all had a good week. Happy Juneteenth, I guess.
And happy Father's Day to the fathers out there.
Yeah, shout out to y'all, man.
That are actually
fathers. Oh, Father's Day is
he was raised by a black woman.
Father's Day is always a critique on black fathers more so than a celebration.
That's true.
Mother's Day
it's a celebration.
Mother's Day is a celebration.
They get celebrated all throughout the year.
You could have the most terrible mother, but Mother's Day is a celebration.
No, I've heard niggas say.
No, I'm not talking about an individual. I'm talking about as a whole.
Yeah.
You don't hear much backlash on Mother's Day. Father's Day, you get more shots than anything. Anyway, enough of us doing that. We got to talk about this stuff we already talked about. Look, man, it ain't my fault.
It is your fault.
It ain't.
Yeah, it is.
You know what? I'll take accountability for it.
Take accountability for it.
I apologize.
Yeah.
So, so all y'all that's been waiting for I don't know how long.
They ain't been waiting. Ain't nobody in the damn chat. You ain't got to worry about that. They ain't been waiting.
We were supposed to be live at, well, I said 3. Then you changed it to 2. Then we had to start at 2:15.
Because not only that, the internet started messing up and we got ready to go live.
Yeah.
You see what you have to go through? Like when YouTubers tell you that certain stuff started happening when they're about to go live or they not lying. This is what you have to deal with when the masses don't want information being put out there.
All right. Well, we're going to start again. We already know we said that we could just, it's going to be quick. Netflix settles with Monique over discrimination and retaliation lawsuit. What does this mean for her?
It means she feels vindicated in the fact that she felt like she was being discriminated against because she was a black female comedian. That's what it means for her.
For her. But what does it mean? Is she vindicated?
I think she feels vindicated because
no, not how she feels. I'm saying, do you think she's vindicated in saying that Netflix?
Yeah.
You think so?
Yeah. For them to have settled with her means they did not want it to go to trial.
Did they want to settle because they think it would look bad for them in trial, or they want to settle because they got so much other shit they dealing with?
A little bit of both.
They're losing a lot of subscribers. They trying to deal with the.
They want to get that. I shouldn't say. But they want to get that monkey off their back. I didn't mean it in that instance. But people are gonna take it like that.
People think you're talking about Monique as the monkey.
They, as much as I've defended Monique, they should know that I'm not calling her that. But I'm just saying. Make sure you said that's what Netflix probably said.
People really do take your words.
Yes,
out of context,
they do.
So make sure you.
So clarify. I'm putting it into context. That's not what I'm calling her. I'm just saying that's a phrase that Netflix probably used.
Yeah.
But yes, I think she feels vindicated.
Well, she said she couldn't accept the lowball offer. If I did, I couldn't sleep at night. Monique said on the Sway in the Morning in January 2018, if I accepted $500K, what did Tiffany Haddish have coming?
Oh, Tiffany Haddish had a lot coming.
What does black female comedian have coming? Because they'll say Monique accepted this and she got that. So what do you do when you? Yeah.
Wasn't she the one that started just talking about the white men in Hollywood? She liked
who?
Tiffany Haddish. Leonardo DiCaprio.
Yeah, she started saying stuff like that. Yeah. When she did
she had a lot of stuff coming for her.
The fiending over him.
Yeah.
And interviews and stuff. Yeah. People thought it was weird. I did. I was like, you shouldn't say this type of stuff.
I don't think nothing they do is weird in Hollywood.
She said this type of stuff publicly. But look, at the time, Netflix said in a statement, we believe our opening offer to Monique was fair, which is why we will be fighting the lawsuit on the dismissal. Netflix argued that there is no legal authority supporting the claim that an employer's refusal to negotiate in good faith constitutes discrimination or retaliation. But a federal judge overseeing the case sided with Monique's novel theory that Netflix.
So they settled.
Yeah. Netflix's failure to negotiate an opening offer consistent with a normal practice, which typically leads to increased compensation, constitutes an adverse employment action for purpose of retaliation challenge. Basically,
so they saw it as discrimination.
Basically, when Monique said your offer was so disrespectful with discrimination, and you decided not to negotiate with her no more, that was retaliation.
The judge decided with her and said it's retaliation.
Yeah, and they settled immediately.
I mean, Wanda Sykes was offered lesser than Monique, so I think she had a right to stand up for what she believes her worth is.
You're worth what you can negotiate.
That kind of upsets me when people says you shouldn't be like the whole Terrence Crawford thing and Earl Spence. Yeah, I'm gonna bring it up. That's
not the same thing.
You shouldn't
get into an argument. Don't do this.
I'm not going into argument.
I'm gonna talk my shit. You can say what you want to say. I'm gonna rebuttal it. So go ahead.
This is why the title of the show is "I Love My People," but when you're dealing with Negroes like this,
go ahead, man.
You should fight and disclose how much you think you should be worth. And it upsets me when people say, "No, you shouldn't get that." You, in your eyes, you may feel like I'm not worth that, but I have enough confidence in myself to say, yes, I am worth that.
Okay. Since you brought up,
you still gonna let it? You still gonna talk about it when we need to move on?
I have a point to make.
Okay.
The difference with Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford situation is they are trying to split a purse. We're not talking about guaranteed. The purse. It's either 50-50, 60-40, 70-30.
The bag?
It's a purse they have to split.
So we call it the bag.
If Terrence Crawford is asking for 50-50 when every metric says that that's not how it should go, that's not comparable to saying negotiate your worth. Now, guaranteed, I hope we get $200 million, $1 billion. But splitting the paper, no, I'm sorry, that's not the same. But as I said, you are worth what you can negotiate.
Okay. Next story.
Okay. Oh, Juneteenth. The museum is celebrating a Juneteenth extended weekend, June 18th, June 21st. Events include a live stream with the Poor People's Campaign.
And the Poor People's Campaign is ran by William Barber, the Reverend out of North Carolina who wanted transgender bathrooms.
Yeah, a reverend.
And a white female. No, he's a bishop.
He's a bishop. Okay.
She is a reverend. Her name is Liz something. She's a white woman. I don't even know why they associated with that campaign.
For Washington, D.C.
It is located in Washington, D.C., though.
A Black Freedmen Collaborative virtual Juneteenth presentation and a focus on freedom, free community. What this for is they use the Juneteenth flag.
Which is what it should be. Those are the colors for Juneteenth.
But as we've been talking about all week, the last 2 weeks, they've been using the Pan-Africanist colors. They've been pushing this global Juneteenth message. I don't get it. It's one thing to say everyone should celebrate it. It's another thing to say everyone should partake in putting their own history into.
Do you want everybody to celebrate it?
I mean, it's nothing wrong with people celebrating somebody else's holiday. What's wrong with that?
Well, why would I want a group of people celebrating Juneteenth?
What do you mean? It's not really a
your
celebration.
Your people put us in bondage and they get to celebrate it?
What? It's not really a day of celebration. It's more of a day of remembrance. It's supposed to be, at least.
Oh, it's like 9/11.
It's supposed to be.
Okay.
But to say you don't want other people, what do you mean you don't want other people to celebrate it or be a part of it?
I'm just talking. I don't give a damn if they celebrate it or not, to be honest with you.
But you don't want them to do stuff like this.
This exactly.
Is in 2021. This is what they put out.
Breaking the chains.
But they use the colors. And I saw people going back and forth on this across social media, and it's just like, it's history says Negroes, regardless if you agree with it or not, was using the American flag, or they were using the colors red, white, and blue.
What's wrong with that?
Well, some people don't like the American flag.
Okay. But you can't.
They used it.
You can't get upset with what your ancestors was using. That's what they decided that the colors that they wanted to be.
I said you can disagree.
I'm talking to you, dude. Damn.
Oh, I thought we were having a conversation.
We are having a conversation, but I'm not making it about you.
But I just gave my opinion. You're addressing my opinion. So
the people before decided to use those colors, and you can't just come along and say you want to globalize it and make it a Pan-African thing. No, that ain't how it works.
No, that's not what I agree with you.
Because that ties into a discussion when we go into Mr. Clyburn, that a caller called in and said Juneteenth really belongs to that Texas community.
Galveston, Texas.
So
yeah,
we can't. People outside of Texas, we can't go in and say we don't want it to be the American flag because we don't like it.
Yeah.
We want it to be
this flag,
global blackness. They're gonna tell you to get the fuck out of here.
Well, they should.
And secondly, when we get reparations, we're gonna get a little bit more because we was in slavery for longer.
Now see that part.
That's what they're gonna say.
They need to leave that alone because we do know that they did.
It don't matter. We can't get out of
and they didn't want to believe.
We cannot get upset with them for not believing them. We can't. We can't.
We can't get.
They might have been scared and fearful for their lives. I'm sorry. It was no trusting them.
A black man in a military,
which is the same thing we go through now.
Exactly.
It's no different.
And the same. We criticize them niggas that don't believe it now.
But for them particular people,
that's not a good thing.
For those particular people who have gone through the things they went through, and for them not to believe it, they wanted to hear directly from the master's mouth. I cannot be upset with them.
I don't like that word.
That means you have a problem with
I'd rather use
authority.
the word. I'd rather use the word enslaver.
Okay. Changing history.
Enslaver. That's what they were. That's not changing history. That's a fact.
Changing the name of what they was actually calling them, which was master.
They would call them enslavers as well.
They were calling them master.
All right, slave master. Say that.
Yeah. Okay. You want me to rechange history and add what you wanted to be said?
That's not changing history. That's
okay.
What it was.
Okay. Whatever. Float your boat.
Well, since also another holiday this year is Father's Day. Did I send you this? What's it called? Hold on. Oh. Yeah, I'm sorry, y'all. Hold on. Why am I getting weather alerts?
Nigga, stop worried about your what's in your email and send the shit.
No, why am I getting weather alerts from New York?
Maybe you're gonna be going to New York pretty soon. Out there in them corners.
Doubt it. All right. Now we can move forward. Now, I want to show this. This is a Father's Day little segment they had on CBS Mornings, and I was surprised by the demographic they decided to focus on. But then I wasn't.
I was surprised by Miss Gayle King not being there. I didn't see no wig. I didn't see no ass.
Here you go.
It was just a void space missing for her.
Just say you want Gayle cheeks and leave it alone.
No, I'm just saying it's funny how Gayle decided to have a sick day or day of absence when we're talking about
maybe she
fatherhood and they're focusing on black masculinity as far as fatherhood. You know, I would have liked to seen a black woman in support of this.
Is that a black woman in front of her? In front of him?
I would have liked to seen a black woman in support of this on the panel saying, like she was saying.
Yeah, that's what I could tell.
You know, it was just strange how, you know, Miss King wasn't there, but
King.
Gayle King, that's her name.
Oh, yeah, I forgot her name, King. I thought she was trying to send a little joke at her calling her King. But yeah, let me just show the video with the segment they had on black masculinity and fatherhood. I was surprised.
Shout out to George.
What up, y'all? Yeah, man, we came in a little late. We saw it. How long were we streaming before we called that we went live?
What?
How long were we going before we didn't know we were live?
We were going for about 45 minutes.
Yeah.
Started at 2:15. You noticed at 2:51.
Yeah.
2:52.
Yeah. My bad.
So.
All right. So let me show this video now.
Celebrates fathers just in time for Father's Day on Sunday. Professor Amani Cheers has curated an exhibit called Framing Fatherhood. It opens tomorrow at George Washington University. It features 75 photographs from 14 prominent black male photographers celebrating black masculinity and fatherhood. I love this because oftentimes there is this whisper of a narrative that black fathers aren't in their kids' lives. And they say that pictures are worth 1,000 words. Well, I feel like this art exhibit is representing the millions of black fathers that are actively in their kids' lives. Yeah. And I love the way that they captured it with the art in this exhibit.
Yeah.
Shattering the stereotypes and, you know.
The way he looked at him, he shook his head like, yeah, some of these niggas are taking care of their kids, you know. Can't shit on all of them. But this dude's about to go a different direction with this. He clearly got some stuff he want to say get off his chest right here.
There's stereotypes against dads in general, right? Like, you see dads in commercials, they're always a doofus. Dads on sitcoms, they're always a doofus.
Right.
Really? Always a doofus.
Yeah.
Commercials, I would agree.
Dads are always the incompetent
The way
one,
they're
right?
depicted
Like,
in
they don't know
film.
what they're doing with a baby. They're wearing the tool belt with the bottles.
It's not just in commercials. It's in movies. It's where there's comedy, dramas. There's been a heavy switch in the depiction of fathers in media for like, what, 40 years now? Maybe
40.
Where we can go back to, no matter the race of the sitcom, black, white, fathers in sitcoms or any type of movie are kind of painted a certain way. Even guys who are supposed to be geniuses, So, but yeah, that Caucasian dude had to get something off his chest. Let me go to the next thing here. Now, this right here is a video I saw across social media, and it's a guy. Remember in the Buffalo shooting, the security guard who was killed
Created a car that ran off of water.
And he's not the first one to do it, but just like anybody who can invent a car or any sort of thing that runs off power,
They wound up dead.
That doesn't use gas, oil, or something like that. Good things don't happen to them. So let me just show this.
Like the people who are associated with the Clintons.
They
Allegedly.
get suicided.
they just go suicidal
They
after
get
meeting
so
those
angry
people.
about saying bad stuff about the Clintons. The only way they can repay them is with blood.
No, the only thing they can do to what's the word I'm looking for?
Make amends.
Make amends.
Clean drinking water, a natural resource we often take for granted near the Great Lakes. But Moses West knows a water crisis is quietly growing.
Everybody knows we're running out of water.
A problem the retired ranger spent the past 4 years working to eliminate.
All the water that we need it exists right here in the air.
He believed so strongly in that idea. In 2015, West invented an atmospheric water generator, or AWG, a machine that takes in air and turns it into drinking water.
We're at the place now, I think, making 50, 100, 200, 250,000, a million gallons of water at an incredibly low energy consumption. I think cheaper than groundwater by far. Cheaper than desalination.
So far, 12 of these AWGs exist. West planted them in 3 areas, including the Bahamas, Puerto Rico, and Flint, Michigan.
Now, we know the one in Flint, Michigan was destroyed.
The one in Puerto Rico ain't destroyed.
So why do you think the one in Flint was destroyed?
Because it's niggas there. Negroes. Shout out to Regina King.
Oh, what's up? Shout out to y'all, man. Okay.
I mean, Regina Harris. I'm thinking about that.
Oh, you think about Gayle King?
Sorry, that was a slur that I said. Regina King with some shit she done did.
Regina King. But we know there's a drought on the West Coast. So why ain't they creating these things and sending them out to the West Coast?
You would think.
We know that big time, multi-billion-dollar corporations.
Well, does it work when the air is humid and dry?
You're right. Thank you for clearing it up. If the air is not humid, I guess we won't be able to do it.
Where is he located? He's in Texas. The air is kind of humid in Texas too.
But they get rain still.
Yeah, but California, Colorado,
Arizona, Southern Oregon, maybe.
Nevada.
Yeah, Nevada.
It's
But Colorado is not there.
But they still could, doing like they're doing now, process it and then ship the water off to them.
Well,
we told y'all that there is what's this Professor Griff?
Yeah.
He did Water Wars.
Yeah.
He's saying that there's going to be water wars, meaning the United States is literally going to be going to other countries taking their water.
That's what I think this whole thing is really about. Resources.
Shout out to Loki.
Yeah, well, shout out, man. Resources are very important. So
he said, dang, Regina King is in here.
Hey, shout out to the sister. Come to support the brothers. Made it big now. Okay, hold on. Oh, let me finish playing this.
I need to engage with the people here, and I need to show them what this machine does, and they need to understand that it is their machine, and I am here for them.
West says his AWGs are federally approved, and the water quality is also tested by the...
Good Lord.
$6.19. Nobody's driving. They literally park their car and go get on the Link Light Rail or
some type of
Metro,
public transportation.
some type of public transportation.
God damn.
I never thought that I would see gas $6.19.
Some of y'all might remember back in like 2002,
Oh,
2001.
when there was that little gas,
when gas was like $1, not $1, gas was like $2.69, $2.50,
and they were complaining about that.
And people would say, I remember I had an uncle who would complain about cheap gas and say, I don't want that cheap gas, and go get gas that's more expensive.
Now they're going to go get that cheap gas, or later on you'll see people robbing the store.
There was a video I saw. Remember, you keep bringing up, because you kept bringing up the part when I was saying people were stealing gas out of people's cars. What? This is how bad it's getting. A man was pumping gas into his car, traveling.
And somebody took the
Two
pipe.
dudes came up, choked him out.
No.
They came up, choked him out, and took the car.
Oh, I thought you were going to say they came up. Somebody choked them out, and they had like the thing you fill up the gas with and filled it up and then ran off. They actually took the car that was full of gas.
They took the car.
And did what with it?
What you mean what they did? They took off and took on a road trip. Hey, it's getting serious out here, gas.
I would urge anybody to not be out there pumping gas at 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. It's not even safe for daylight, right?
I was about to say, 7 in the afternoon, you kind of pushing it on me. Like,
no, 2, 3 in the afternoon.
Yeah, it's crazy.
People at work then.
Yeah.
Between the hours of 6 to 5.
That's about 7 in the afternoon. Yeah, people, that's what? That's,
I'm talking about in the 3 in the afternoon.
Oh. How the hell you gonna get? Yeah.
It don't matter no more.
It don't matter.
I mean, police officers, they don't come for petty crimes. That's a petty crime, stealing somebody's car.
Yeah, we talked about that. Cops said if it ain't serious, we ain't
It's
coming.
not that serious. They just choked him out. It's not like he's dead.
Any domestic dispute, look, kick him out, move on.
Okay.
Right. Now, this right here is a story I want to talk about, and we don't really talk about stuff like this, but it's becoming a serious problem. It was jokes flying.
Why are black women going to go get
BBLs and stuff? And it's like, why are you doing this? Remember that infamous video of like 20 black women in line coming back from one of them islands?
Couldn't sit down?
Yeah, they were sitting down on little chair things. No, you're right. They had walkers.
Like they was in their 60s, 70s,
and
preparing.
And the video of the girl laying on her stomach in the back seat while her, I don't know if it's her cousin, boyfriend, whatever, husband was driving her home. And he just go, it was funny then.
It's not funny no more.
It wasn't funny then. That's the point. People are dying for this. New York City corrections captain dies from BBL going wrong in Dominican Republic. So the first question you ask is,
she has a husband.
Corrections, yeah. First is you got a husband.
Second, you work at
You were a corrections officer captain. You were a working class woman. Why are you getting a BBL?
For them, for the Negroes in the pen. That's what she's getting it for.
The last thing you need to worry about is your looks. If you're a woman working at a male prison,
I
you
mean,
can look like the bottom of some. You can look like something at the bottom of somebody's shoe, and you'll still get somebody whistling at you.
Yeah,
it don't matter. So who is she getting these butt implants for? Is the main point. But then you go to a place, Dominican Republic, and you work with a surgeon or whatever, who's not even fully licensed.
Who don't have the credentials.
He doesn't have the correct credentials, and you end up getting a terrible procedure done, and now your husband just lost his wife, and if she got your kids.
Well, look, you go inject silicone in your body.
Yeah,
something that feels soft to something that feel hard.
Well, some of them get the fat transfer. I think they have to get the tummy tuck with that.
Oh, so they just go and get all the work done. It's a win-win
it's a
situation.
package deal now.
You know, all you got to do is just exercise, change your diet, do squats. That's all you have to do.
It used to be a point where you had to worry about breast implants. That's it. Obviously, you saw people in the celebrities and stuff. They was getting lip injections and they face done.
But that's mainly white people.
Exactly. When did the tide turn where black women felt the need?
When they saw all these other races out here with big asses.
Copying them.
Then they were like, oh, whoa. Trick Daddy told them, y'all hoes better tighten up. He said they even learn how to fry chicken now. Y'all better.
This nigga right there, boy. I tell you. These niggas, boy. But this is a problem that needs to be addressed. And I don't even know how you go about it. Do you really tell somebody what to do with their body? It's their body.
Well, as far as what?
Getting this type of procedures done.
Well, if you are with somebody, if you know, I would think that your husband or your boyfriend would be involved and have a say whether or not you go get that done.
Look, we're not in that era no more. There used to be a time when your great grandmother, if your great grandfather asked her something, she would tell him. Then your grandmother told your grandfather, when you put a ring on it, I'll tell you. You want to know where I'm going? I said, put a ring on it. Then now your mama tell your daddy, none of your damn business.
Oh, and not only that, your mama tell your girlfriend, why you getting up and getting that nigga plate? Let him get it himself.
So we're now a woman would tell you flat out, look, I'm a grown woman. I have my own life. I'm an individual. You like, you're my wife. I can't ask you stuff. I can't have no input on you. I'm an individual. Well, you know what? It's pointless at this point.
I remember seeing a black woman tell a young black young lady, telling her that she needs to remember to be independent and
in her marriage.
I was like,
we losing recipes. The recipes gone. They were burnt up, thrown in. They're gone.
Do you really need? I mean, sometimes the recipes is up in your head though. You want to be like Kevin saying, you want them to pull out a book.
We're not talking about actual food. We're talking about teachings, correct teachings. Damn, you talking about actual food recipes. What the hell? But yeah, something got to be done about that. All right. Hold on. Oh, we're going to get to that, but hold on. Angry white man arrested for violently threatening black teen in same town Trayvon Martin was killed.
What are my thoughts on that?
Hold on. So go ahead into it.
It's about to get rough for you, George.
What is your initial thoughts when you see that?
My initial thoughts on that is, why is he in that neighborhood? Oh, he's going to go visit his friend, who I'm going to assume. You know what happens when you make you assume something. You make an ass out of yourself. Today I feel like making an ass out of myself. I'm saying his friend was white. He wanted to go see his friend, and the white people's like, get your ass out of our neighborhood.
Well, I'm gonna show the video here. And I'll give my opinion on it. Okay.
Burning out. Right here, buddy. Right here. Tell me what you were doing. Burning out, racing through my fucking neighborhood. Burning out, racing through my fucking neighborhood. I told you not to. Get out of my face. I'm not in your face. Get out of my neighborhood, fuckwad. Who got a gun? Who got the gun? The guy who's got a permit to carry it. You got a gun? You're the one that would get a gun. All right. Get out of this neighborhood. All right. Get out of this neighborhood.
Yeah, when I seen this, it instantly brought me back to the early 1900s.
Listen.
Being down south, which they still have those sundown towns in the south.
They're not official, but they official. If
you know that you better get your ass out of that town before sundown.
Yeah. Let me say this. This is just something I said this when we talked about this earlier. Black people seem to be stuck in the 5 stages of grief. I don't know what it is.
They can't stay away from them.
But during the Obama years, a lot of black people think that things changed and people want them around them.
They don't like you.
Listen, these people listen, man, you have 300-400 years. Well, I won't even say that. You have about 250 years of data to look at.
That tells you they don't like you.
This is just the truth. Other races, non-black American people, do not want you around them. I don't understand why that's so hard to understand.
And if they do, it's for entertainment and for sexual purposes.
Like,
that's it.
How hard is it to understand? And people always go, not all. Listen, as the Farrakhan once said, if you had a snake pit full of venomous snakes, but only 2 of them was venomous out of the 100 snakes, you're not jumping in the snake pit.
No.
Because you could possibly get bit by the venom.
George, you the one that be having the white girls making you potato salad with raisins.
Oh, it's George. George said he going to the neighborhood.
Yeah, he going to the neighborhood. He going to the neighborhood seeking a Becky.
Nah, George, I don't want to put that on you, that bad juju, but when we heard that news story,
we was like, I hope it wasn't George.
I hope it wasn't Georgie. Georgie got lost in the damn sewer. But all right, let me finish this.
washed up.
But y'all want to smash the fucking window? Smash the window?
Yeah, he did, didn't he?
You smashed the window, huh?
Well, y'all driving like idiots.
And notice the Caucasian woman is very brave because she has her men there.
She has her men there protecting
She has
her.
her men there protecting
Because when things hit, you see, hold on.
Yeah, I know you about to go.
You already see what they were doing. You remember last year when the riots was going on
Yeah.
in Chicago and even in New York, where
Oregon.
the Hispanics are supposed to be our allies.
Oh, you talking about?
They told them to get They told them to get out of Dykeman.
Yeah.
To claiming that no, we just don't want that there. No, y'all was talking about y'all women.
The videos that went viral was dudes saying protect the women. Yeah.
When these other races of men see this, the instant thing they go is
protect the women.
Protect the women. They're here to rape our women. They're here to do this to our women because that is a stigma that has been put on the black man.
That's innate in men. Because when you see chaos like that, war, and in war, people don't like to accept this, but in war, women are spoils of war. As in, they are part of the wealth that you gain. That's just how it go. This is why all the black dudes that walk around America wondering why they think they don't get the respect they deserve from their women. Listen, when there's somebody else who's considered to be in charge and the top dog, you're never going to be fully in the position of power you need to be in because you don't have the power. Women follow the power. So the reason why when war kick off, the men immediately decide to protect the women, quote unquote protect, it's not about protecting them. It's about making sure they keep their status amongst their women.
Yeah.
That's literally ingrained in men since the beginning of time. That's what you're supposed to do. There was a viral video of a black woman who got into an argument with a white man. He's like 6'3", big white dude. And he told her that he'll do something to her, beat her up or something. And she was sitting there with her kids going back and forth with this man. And people was like, why don't you just call your husband, boyfriend, baby daddy?
Because she's independent.
And the woman in the comment section said, for what? She did a good job on her own. And it's like,
wow.
If the man would have swung and hit her,
she would have been out.
There do nothing.
Wouldn't have been did nothing.
Our problem is our lionesses are running around without their lion. They don't think they need a lion no more.
Well, and the thing is, the lioness are the hunters.
Yeah.
The male lion is the one that comes in and finishes off. Y'all, you go in and take it down, and then they go in and they finish it off.
The lion protects you from other lions.
Exactly. Because when those other lions coming in, they're coming in to take over the pride and kill the cubs.
What is called infanticide? I forgot how you say the word. Infanticide, I think it is. And that's not a human trait, I know, but still.
For some races,
we've seen
for some races, it is a human trait.
We've seen stories of people getting in relationships and then
particularly, we know who.
Yeah,
they'll say you got to give those kids away. Yeah, they got to go to their father.
Yeah, it is what it is. But just stay away from these people. They don't want you around. Like,
no, they rather be locked up in cages.
And and if you look at this society, the economy, this culture war that they're pushing amongst white people. By the way, this has nothing to do with niggas. The culture war amongst white people, the economy failing. White people, they see this. Their society is falling, and when people are feel like they're back against the wall, that fear turns into anger. So when you see the shootings and you see all these another shooting that's happened in Alabama, it was white on white, but still, they're sensing something is off. They know what's going on right now, and they're reacting to it. The worse stuff get, you're going to see stuff like this pop off even more. It's going to get worse. So your best bet, like I told you, there was a video. All right, it's back. All right, we're back. Lord have mercy. All right. Finish it.
Still loading. Okay, we back. See what YouTube do to you? This is what YouTube does.
No, that ain't YouTube. I don't know what that is. That was OBS.
So yeah, I was walking out of the store and I started, and I was probably like 3 minutes from where I live.
Yeah.
And he was like, "I'll cut your balls off," and I was like, "What?" And he had a big ass machete on him.
Yeah.
So it's like, do you be tough?
Or do you just keep it moving?
Or you just keep it moving? That day I chose to keep it moving.
Hey.
And he literally followed me all the way to where I lived.
Yeah.
And you have to say, was he on something or was this just
that white rage?
That white rage that he had.
Yeah, I don't know.
I think it was white rage. They always go to
The balls.
your balls for some reason.
Niggas,
Because
I
I
don't know what it
told
is.
y'all, one stroke can take out their whole damn line.
What's that dude name that be talking with Zabak them? He used to always bring it up.
Man, what he used to say?
He said, "Hey, they let the black man pipe." You can be like, "Come on, brother." You can't bring
Every
this up.
time. They say every time.
Every
Yeah.
time. Like, hey, I can't help. It is what it is. All right, Negro. All right, we back to this now. Yeah, they I don't know what happened. It just went out. Hopefully y'all can refresh and y'all back. But yeah, this is the white rage right here. This didn't have shit to do with him driving down the block doing burnouts allegedly.
They just didn't want him in their
This little
neighborhood.
Negro, because you think he's going to see a friend. What friend?
They thinking it's one of their
Little white
daughters.
little girls. That's what it is. He want this
Or he's here to see his friend, but if one of those white little girls see him,
Yeah.
like Pastor Darby used to say, you was out there in the field just glistening,
sweating and glistening.
and the master, the slave master's wife looking at you through the kitchen, cooking a pie and just rubbing
Rubbing
and
on her
touching
chest.
herself, rubbing her chest, clutching her pearls.
Put the apple pie in the window.
Hoping later you could want to throw no more. They
These are
want
men.
curls.
Yeah, these are
Well,
the
some
men.
people hair are naturally curly
I know, I'm
though.
saying these are the men that want that.
Oh,
Like the
Oh, you mean-
women, youth has always been kind of a thing for women. But I found it strange you got dudes telling dudes to put on sunscreen to look young. Just like, what?
I don't need no sunscreen on.
But anyway, back to this.
When the sun sees me, it sees a black man.
The sun loves me. They say.
It doesn't love others.
It kisses me. It doesn't burn me. Shocking surveillance footage shows moment unarmed black 13-year-old boy
With his hands up.
with his hands up is shot in the back by Chicago cops.
Keyword. Unarmed.
Now, I found it funny when you mentioned this earlier, how they had to put unarmed in front of a 13-year-old.
A 13-year-old, they put unarmed as if he's a grown-ass man.
Like,
By the way, what did he do?
well, I'm gonna read it.
Wait,
What he was accused of.
if you know it, we don't got to read. If you know, if you know what he did, just say what he did.
Listen, I'm gonna show you. So, another thing that they pointed out is both conservative and liberal or Democrat, whatever you want to
Are
call it.
progressives too?
Yeah, all the publications are saying the same thing. He was unarmed, 13-year-old. Even the conservative ones, they try to find a way to blame the kid. The conservative ones always try to find that way. But look at this. Boy 13 appeared to have his hands raised above his head before he was shot by an officer, a new video shows. A teen, identified with his initials AG, survived the shooting, but there is a chance he would never walk again. The shooting caused major injuries in his spine and his esophagus. The boy's family has filed a lawsuit against the officer who fired the bullet in the city of Chicago.
But that's what it always leads up to, a lawsuit, a payout. There you go. That'll be their
Well, hold on. If they're unwilling to arrest them and criminally convict them, then what else can I do?
So they're not willing to convict him for shooting an unarmed 13 in the back?
We've seen him get over this.
But what did he do?
What you mean? What did he do?
Why did the police officer shoot him?
It's Chicago. What do you mean?
So he was stealing. He was running. What was their point? What was
the incident? Is currently under investigation by FBI, the Cook County State's officers, and a civilian office of police accountability. The officers then carried him by his legs and clothing to a different location. Then another police car shows up and crashes near the scene, causing officers to divert their attention rather than treat the injured body.
Wait a minute. So there was this 13-year-old that had gotten shot, and they were more focused on a cop that crashed into a vehicle instead of getting him help that he needed.
Yeah.
Why didn't they just call the ambulance?
When they said right here, it's seeing him run into a gas station parking lot while pursued by the police officers at 10:30 p.m. on May 18th. As he turns to face them, he raises his hands above his head before being shot by an officer. The video obtained by the Daily Beast shows.
And this is a 13-year-old, and they know it's a kid.
Yeah, they know.
They just view you as a bullet bag.
The incident began when AG fled from police after they tried to stop a vehicle he was a passenger in. Police alleged the car, a silver Honda Accord, was involved in a carjacking the day prior to the shooting. The boy was seen charged. The boy has not been charged with any crime, and no weapon has recovered at the scene. So was he a what they call those dudes?
Like the hijack cars?
There's a name for him. There was a character in The Wire that did that.
There was a whole documentary about that in New Jersey.
Yeah.
That's what those Negroes are known for.
Yeah, but the point of the matter is, now we can get into what he was accused of. But the point, he's 13, he had his hands up. And it's shot in the back.
Well, I'm gonna be honest with you. If he was out there stealing cars, he should have been out there stealing cars.
100%.
See, there's no righteousness.
Well, there was one. Remember the guy in California, the black dude who's a football coach?
Well, there was a couple too.
But the problem with him is he came out and was defending the cops against black people, saying black people that.
Well, that was his judgment for doing that.
That's what I was saying.
But the black dude that had with the kid that was
mentally ill.
Mentally ill. You know, I was about to say
slow.
I was about to say the other word for them.
He been touched.
Retarded.
Come on, bruh. Can't get us up out of here for another 2 weeks. Now it's be 2 weeks.
He didn't do anything, and they shot him. He was sitting under the ground saying "hands up," and he didn't even have the toy thing. It was the slow one that had the toy thing, and he still got shot.
Why did you shoot me? He was like, I don't know.
But I hate to say it, in every instance, it's always
something.
Well,
I mean, why are you in? For the most part, if you're interacting with a cop, more than likely they're accusing you of something or they're investigating you for something.
Yeah, that's true.
But there are such things as, the random searches that they have, stop and frisk. So they're gonna act like that stuff don't exist, like you said.
That you wanted your boy Mayor Adam.
That's not my boy.
Yes,
Please
it is.
stop putting that
Okay,
lie on
next
me.
segment.
Stop lying on me, man. Don't put it on my jacket.
And sorry, YouTube is deciding to mess with the connection today.
Somebody say something about it.
No, nobody ain't said nothing since we've been back up. So I don't even think there's nobody in here. They're like, we'll watch it. I already refreshed it a couple times. They like, we'll watch it later.
I guess they said fuck
So
it.
they don't know what they doing.
It ain't
they
us, man.
They ain't got the live down. Yeah, we'll come back maybe a couple months and they'll have it down again.
All right, so this is the reason why I named this I Love My People, but.
That's funny that you named it because I was thinking in my head the other day. I love black people, but sometimes I can't stand their ass. It's a love-hate relationship.
Listen,
it's definitely more love than it is. I don't like to use the word hate.
Yeah, I don't
dislike.
Hate. It ain't hate. It's but we do some.
It's dislike.
We do some stupid shit. Listen,
there are some family members that you dislike, but you love them. If anybody touch them, you jumping in.
Yeah, they gonna get.
But hold on, there's one or two that.
You're gonna ask some questions first. What they do?
What they do? Yeah, they known for doing slick shit like that.
So South Carolina's sole Democrat Jim Clyburn fends off two challengers in primary race to secure 16th term. You notice they said the sole Democrat. So they saying the other two people weren't Democrats. They saying that Marcel
was
Dixon
a progressive.
Was not a Democrat.
They call him progressive.
But the point is they're not calling him a Democrat. Keep that in mind. Let me tell you something. During his time when he was doing interviews and stuff, I didn't see many people talking about him in the mainstream politics.
Or on the
mainstream news, media.
Or you can even say certain groups within the black political activists. They didn't mention his name until the laws came.
We gonna get to it.
Then they were, they were willing to come out and say something then.
All of a sudden you want to gloat when nothing happened that nobody didn't expect. So obviously
we knew that Marcel was not going to win. But the point of the matter is he was out there.
Run.
He needed to run. He needed to be vocal, express what his campaign was based on.
Because we're going to get to it. This ain't the victory people making it out to be. But anyway, so Clyburn won. And all of a sudden, the amount of people that came out the woodworks to talk, and I'm talking about in his mentions on his platforms, it was like, where you been the last 7 months? All of a sudden, you got something you want to say. Political people, politicians who ain't said his name ever, all of a sudden, Seth talking about him. Slick. And it's like, y'all didn't want to give him no type of extra attention. But then when it's okay to talk about him, now you can talk shit.
Yeah.
Go back and forth. Because he was going back and forth with Clyburn's daughter. He was going back and forth with her.
Well, some people say Clyburn had his daughter handle the light work. Oh, man.
Now look at this. Same old stuff. Outpack Groom, Bacardi Sellers, and K-Hive celebrate election
George is here. He said, y'all tripping.
Election victory of 81-year-old. How can you still run for office when you're 80 years old? That should be a cutoff. I think the cutoff should be about 65. It should be the same retirement age of a civilian.
If you can start receiving your Social Security,
you should not be able to run for office.
You should not be able to run for office. I'm sorry for, people that are elderly and still have their
faculties. It's cool, but you shouldn't be able to run for office. You're 60-something, you're 80. Like, you stuck in waves.
He looked just like that dude off The Simpsons. What is his name? The character off The Simpsons, Joe Biden looked like him.
Oh.
He's a tall guy with the long nose and the freckles on his face.
Yeah.
Is it Mr. Bernstein?
Yeah. The one who ran the plant.
That's who Joe Biden is.
Establishment Democrats and members of the K-House are celebrating the June 14th victory over veteran Representative James Clyburn, who won the party's nomination to be the candidate representing the 6th congressional district in the midterm elections.
This article feels like they were, defending Marcel Dixon.
Well, this is the same person who was writing about reparations. They defend the FBA ADOS thing. This woman here, I forgot her name. Her name is Ann Brown. She writes all those articles.
How you doing, Ann?
Yeah.
Shouts out to you.
The 6th congressional district of South Carolina is the central and eastern South Carolina, and 57% of the population is black. It includes the Aldale, Bernburg, Clarendon, Colleton, Hampton, Jasper, Williamsburg counties, and parts of we know. It's no time no one in the phony mainstream media has said a word about how Clyburn's own daughter is the political director of the state Democratic Party. How unfair and unethical. Oh, there was a lot of nepotism. There's a lot of nepotism going on. But see, we tend to notice it quicker when it's white people. Because Nancy Pelosi's nephew is the damn governor.
With the bottle. I just knew that was going to be her. I thought it was her that had a DUI.
It's funny because everybody calls Nancy Pelosi a drunk, but her husband get caught with the DUI.
She have a little, those little bottles of, people have their whiskey in a little gray what they call?
Palace.
They small.
What are you talking about?
She keep it on them big jugs.
Yeah. One day I noticed
she's had those.
She had them done in the 70s. She has a boob job, and it's like, when the hell you doing as a politician getting breast implants?
Yeah, she slapped the hell out of you with one of them.
Hey, hey,
Nancy said she stacked.
Remember when Trump called one of them a hoe? Said they hold their way to the. Hey, Nancy.
Kamala Harris, Kamala.
He didn't. He wasn't talking about her.
I'm sure she's in the mentions though.
Nancy said she had a hole like a rabbit just
to make ends meet. Nancy said, if you only knew what I had to do to get to the top.
I had to get on top.
Jawbreaker.
Oh, Lord. By the way, funny you mentioned Jawbreaker. Is it Nancy Reagan? A rumor you saw it. A rumor came out about her.
Just leave it alone.
And it's funny because Too Short rapped about this.
Well, Too Short is a known.
Yeah. Now, this is what Clyburn was saying before the.
This is what he's campaigning on.
This is what he's campaigning on, and notice what he wouldn't say.
That's a fact. That's right. And we got locked into that. That's why Jim Clyburn has never campaigned as a Franklin Roosevelt Democrat, because that was his bill. It was not by accident. That was intentional. And we have been locked into that spiral. Now, you can ask, well, Jim Clyburn, what you going to do about it? Well, in the very first meeting, Barack Obama had a meeting in November 2008. Now, remember, the stock market crashed in September 2008. George W. Bush was the president. If y'all remember, Barack Obama suspended his campaign. John McCain suspended his campaign. They all rushed back to Washington to meet with their particular sides. What can we do to keep the country from going under? George W. Bush was the president. So after he got elected in November, Barack Obama sat down with the leadership on both sides. I just happened to have been majority whip back then. We sat down in a room. We started talking about what we could do. In these rooms, the president, in this instance, the president-elect, sits at the head of the table. The speaker is on his right. The leader of the Senate is on his left. And you go through those meetings in what we call a round robin. And so that meant that on the Democratic side, I'm the third one to speak. And it came time for me to speak. I said, now, I just want all of you to know that I am not going to sit here and preside over a recovery that leaves out people that got left out.
Who? He wouldn't even say black people. That is crazy.
Just like his president wouldn't say black people.
He said, I'm not
Barack Obama.
I'm not gonna sit here and see people left out. Who's been left? No, we mean niggas, black people. Say it.
They can't say it. It's a slur.
But it's crazy.
In the 1930s.
Who was that? The 1930s, who was left out?
And I said to them, I'm not a Roosevelt Democrat. I'm a Truman Democrat.
I'm not this white Democrat. I'm this other white Democrat. Like, come on. How 30 years they've been put him in office. You're in one of the poorest districts.
It's funny that the sixth district.
It's the sixth poorest district.
And they're the sixth poorest district in the country.
Even.
Yeah.
Because I don't believe in the New Deal. That was Roosevelt. I believe in the fair deal. That was Truman. That's right.
That's who they went and voted for.
And they'll do it again.
They'll do it gladly.
I'll do it again.
Let me show this. But all of a sudden,
Mr. Bakari
Sellers has so much to say.
What happened to his talk show?
Oh, what did it keep bringing that?
I was not gonna say it. You said it.
Now this is it. Look at this. Now he said Babylon was conquered while people party. Let them celebrate winning this battle. We will win the war. Over 150 comments. Billboard. He gave a shout out to all the people that celebrated or helped him in his campaign. But this is the truth. Marcel Dixon won. He proved to us that having a black first agenda will get you ignored by mainstream media. We got 2 years to get organized across the nation and vote a bunch of people out. Now this is. Do you believe? I'm asking you your opinion. Are politics the way to help recover the black community? Will it actually help the vote? Because the entire black caucus got to go. Would it actually help to get rid of them?
Yes, it would.
What would change?
Because you wouldn't have gatekeepers.
Well, wouldn't you just have to vote new gatekeepers in?
You have to vet them.
Hold on. We saw what happened with these other people that call themselves progressive and then they get in office.
Who?
And all of them.
But none of them were black.
What's his name? The black dude is black. Bakari Sellers.
He's not one of the. You talking about the five? The top five? The five?
He's considered a progressive.
He ain't no fucking progressive.
I'm not no progressive, by the way.
And a lot of people can't stand Bakari Sellers. A lot of people do not like Bakari Sellers. Black people.
People getting that. What's his name? Cory Booker, Mr. Big Pharma himself.
Nobody
him and Clyburn both.
We really gonna talk about Cory Booker?
I'm saying he's a black person
who went and got a tranny.
Okay.
What's her name?
Rosario Dawson.
Rosario Dawson. That's a damn man.
How the hell you randomly in the middle of your campaign start dating Rosario Dawson?
And then when she break up with you,
she goes lesbian.
She goes lesbian, which is crazy.
It's crazy.
That's a man and a woman.
Yeah. Oh, he says he's a lesbian.
She's a tranny,
but she's a man, so it's really a heterosexual relationship.
Yeah.
All right. The next one I want to show is this right here. I saw some people making some great points. Some black people you just can't help. 80% of Negroes in Jim Clyburn's district voted to remain in abject poverty. There's nothing you can do for these. All right, we back. Sorry. They calling Marcel Dixon.
I feel like Nutty Professor where she kept dropping. He said, I ain't going to keep picking your fat ass up all day. Like, I ain't going to keep let this thing reload and pausing.
Hey, it is what it is. But they call they was calling him the Sambo.
How is he the Sambo? When he was his primary focus was black American. It's a black American agenda. He didn't say black. He said American. Black American agenda.
And of course, we know the black people from other countries, the immigrant black people, they was celebrating. But I was ignoring them.
But they shouldn't be celebrating.
I was ignoring
because that's gonna come back to bite them.
But the amount of people that were calling him a Sambo, saying he had no business going against Clyburn, I was like, wow. I got so mad. I had to stop because I was actually getting angry.
You got irate.
I was getting angry. I saw one person say, "Yeah, we're Ice Cube now." I'm like, You blaming? Wait.
Didn't
You
the president
voted for
not?
Biden.
The president did not meet with him.
Didn't. He told he would meet him after the election. He didn't.
So they're saying that
They
Ice
blame
T.
him.
They're saying Ice Cube should have pressed the president more to get a meeting with him. So beg him to meet with him.
They wanted to meet with Ice Cube with other rappers, and Ice Cube said, "I don't want to be there with other rappers. I have an actual plan. I want to discuss. Take me serious." And they blew him off.
So they want him to come with other rappers to get lost in the sauce and make it what it's not supposed to be.
With Lil Baby and Cardi B and 2 Chainz. Really? I'm not here to just talk no bull. I got to ask.
And who was Cardi B there on the behalf of?
I don't know.
She was there for Hispanics, Latinos.
I would guess that's what she's supposed to be there.
Arab.
For. She's Indian or whatever she is. Her
Middle
last
Eastern
name.
people. Who was she there for?
Take note of all the black people that had the issues with Marcel for Congress platform, majority Boulay and 9 black Americans that will not benefit from repairing Black America. We have to become aggressive with getting them out of their seats and power of influence.
I said the Black Caucus need to be dismantled.
Yeah, I don't think it's...
We don't even want another Black Caucus.
Vote more. Well, hold on. The Black Caucus is not a... It's just the black people in Congress who automatically are a part of it. So you can't say get rid of it.
It's
not a real thing. It's like because they're black and they're part of the caucus. I mean, because they're black, they're automatically in it. It's like any minority has one. You had the Hispanic caucus. You had the
Asian.
Yeah, you got an Asian caucus.
I know. We've gone through this. I showed you every last one of them, and not one of them mentioned black, people of color, minorities. They focused on their group.
Yeah, Ice Cube and Marcel Dixon both had plans to help Black Americans specifically. Not only did a certain segment of the black community do their best to undermine them, y'all celebrated when they didn't accomplish their goals. I'm disappointed, but not surprised.
Definitely not surprised.
I'm not either. And that's more of the surprise. It's sad that you're not even surprised. It's just like, yeah, I expected y'all to do some dumb shit. And listen to what Bakari Sellers, all of a sudden, he just talking shit. Y'all out here running campaigns on Twitter and Democratic message boards while getting waxed on election day. Keep in mind, he lost his election, by the way. Bakari Sellers lost.
Yeah, he lost election.
He lost, but he's talking anyway.
Like he done accomplished and won so many things that he know what to do.
Yeah, that's what's crazy.
I mean, he is known in South Carolina, so.
Now, keep in mind, look at this right here. New PAC backed by Bakari Sellers plans to spend $1 million to unseat Representative Rashida Tlaib. That's one of the squad, ain't it?
Yeah, and I did not know she was in Detroit.
Yeah.
How is she a representative out of Detroit when that's a black city?
I don't know. Niggas, I don't know.
Who voted her in?
In Detroit, it was niggas.
And I was reading through the article. The main problem that they have with her is that she's pro-Palestine.
They call her anti-Semitic because she's saying that it's a apartheid state.
It is an apartheid state.
But they get mad with her and say she's anti-Semitic, and now they want to
Israel. These Jewish people have y'all in their back pocket.
This was your mark. Her public scrutiny and unchecked U.S. funding for Israeli occupation forces has made her a target of pro-Israel groups like the American Israel Public Affairs Committee, of which Sellers is a close ally.
And then you go down to Chanel. She is she's pro-Israel too.
Very. I told you the first thing she did was make a video defending Israel, saying that they're not an apartheid state.
So that's how she got into office.
That's how she beat Nina Turner. She got that.
And I saw Nina Turner put out a tweet saying,
"Yeah, Nina."
I don't know. I like Nina.
Nina kind of went off. She went off.
Why can't she just leave the Democratic Party alone? It's like
to them. They think the only way they can even win is to be a part of it.
And the progressive shit too. Y'all ain't going nowhere. The progressives are not pro reparations. They're pro uplifting all
ties,
poor people.
Raise boats. That's what they think. So it's unfortunate, man. I was gonna show the back and forth between Marcel and Bakari, where he tried to talk kind of slick to him. Matter of fact, I can just show this here. I can show this right here. I can't get the tweet. See here, he said, instead of trying to actually be a part of the change you want to see, you come on Twitter, insult and yell names. It was so effective, it got you 2K votes. You should let me take you out for lunch and have a real conversation if you're serious. If not, stay on Twitter and be an influencer. Oh, I already know why he's not throwing them to the wolves. And I gotta say it. Apparently, Marcel is homosexual, so they're not gonna throw him to the wolves.
Oh hell no!
He can still get into the group if he wants to. If he decided right now, you know what? I'm gonna go have this dinner date.
That's what it is.
With Bakari.
Bakari is just like that black dude in Florida that was caught in the bed with white meth head.
No. I think that was a setup. I'm not saying he's not. Listen, hear me out. I'm not just defending him because I'm not defending him. Listen what I'm about to say. You telling me that you hire, I don't know if it was an escort or what he was. You do drugs, you pass out on the floor, and they take pictures of you?
Well, to me, it sounds like they knew where he was up.
That's what I'm saying.
The white dude and everybody else set him up. That's his lifestyle.
That's what I'm saying.
He just set him up.
I'm saying he lived a lifestyle, but clearly that was a setup to throw him.
That was.
He was on his way.
That was what Whack 10 say. That I got you. I got pictures of you. I got videos of you.
Whack 100?
Whack 100. That's what I said, didn't I?
You said Whack 10. You took a 0 off.
Well,
you gave him 10.
The nigga was at 100 at one point in his life, but he's about 10 now. He's irrelevant.
90. Now look at this right here. Just getting out of the front of this real quick. Now this is before the election started, before the vote started coming in. This is when I knew they ain't say this man's name at all, and then on vote day, y'all know his name. Apparently, by the way, they said also in front of the voting booth, his name was not correct. They were calling him Marcel Greg Dixon, not Greg Marcel Dixon.
Well, he's ran. Okay, we can't really be. He's ran his campaign off of people calling him Marcel.
No, they made his middle name his first name.
But what if were they helping out? Because a lot of people maybe didn't know his name was Greg.
They knew his name was Greg.
I did not know his name was Greg until a couple of days ago.
When did you weren't paying attention?
No, I was going off of what the Negro said. He was going by Marcel Dixon.
Anyway,
so that's what I thought his name was.
Shoot shots at the brother.
I mean, there's some things that I
didn't agree with.
That I did not agree with.
As anybody.
We could go into it right now.
Let me read this first. He said, just getting out of this real quick. There was a few poorly run campaigns in South Carolina this primary cycle, just disorganized with weak effort and no discipline. The candidates are some allies may try to blame anybody but themselves when they lose tonight. Don't buy it. So that was the Democrats covering for themselves.
Yeah, that kind of made me go, y'all was messing with the votes or
immediately defending themselves.
Y'all trying to get out here before Marcel turned into Donald Trump and start calling this a fraud.
Go ahead. They already called him a Republican.
Okay.
Now, what did you disagree with his platform?
So, I disagree with the fact, I think if you are a candidate running for something, people want to see you real and people want to see you in your be authentic.
Yeah.
But you don't have to be cursing people out in spaces.
He started going, yeah.
But he knew he was going to lose, so he really didn't give a damn.
Yeah, he was just telling like it is.
He was just telling like it is. Now, if you're actually doing this to get attention for reparations and be vocal and speak on what people like myself are really saying in these spaces, because me being on Black News Channel and they talking about Hispanics and brown people of color, I definitely would have said this is a black program.
Right. It's supposed to be.
I'm focusing on black issues. I'm not here to talk about people of color and minorities.
Yeah.
I just wish he would have just been a little bit more professional as far as not cussing people out on Twitter.
Yeah.
Of course, I don't agree with his lifestyle.
Yeah.
And it's interesting that, another YouTuber, Yvette.
Oh, you're going to get to it, ain't you?
I'm going to get to it.
All right, go ahead.
So, I'd probably say about maybe 6 or 7 months ago.
Yeah.
I probably would watch Yvette lives. I've never been like a religious person to watch it.
Yeah.
But
you could catch
I didn't even know that she had went on Patreon.
Yeah, I caught that a while ago.
You said
yeah.
I'm gonna leave it alone what you said.
Yeah.
Anyway,
everything don't need to be told.
So anyway, she did a live and she said at least he tried, which anybody who saw that title would say that's a shot.
Yeah, it's a shot.
That's not being sincere. That's not being saying. That's taking a shot at the brother.
She's mocking people, yeah.
She's definitely was mocking him. And then the callers, I was more interested on what the callers had to say versus what she had to say, because we know she was going to go into the tirade about him being unprofessional, him having to conform somewhat to, the ideal of what a politician is supposed to say, do, dress, act, such and such.
Well, that's kind of out the window when
you have callers calling in and calling her Madam President.
Really?
Yes, this is a black man.
That's how far it's going?
That's how far it's going. And she don't stop him and say, don't call me Madam President. There was a black man that called in and said, oh, yeah, you know that Marcel wanted to have charter schools for black kids only. What's wrong with that? He said, we in 2024. She said, really? I said, that's the same thing Dr. Umar Johnson is doing. He wants to create an academy for young black boys and then eventually
prepare them for their future.
Eventually create one for girls, for black girls, not all black. And he was upset about that. That he said we in 2024. He wants to be segregated.
Listen, let me say this. And something I kind of noticed probably a year and a half ago. I started because normally people attacked it, and like I said, I have no sides in it. I just look at it from what it is. I saw people calling ADOS a cult, and I was like, it ain't that far. And then I remember hearing people say, which point you just made about the school? Oh, that ADOS was assimilationist. They actually wanted to go further and engulf themselves more into American society, completely become one with it. And I was like, I don't hear that. When you ask for reparations, you're not asking to be a part of society. You're asking for the money to separate.
You're asking for the payout so that you can create your own community.
But I started seeing, I'm not talking about Yvette or Tone or any of them in particular. I just saw people.
Well, notice I didn't say Tone.
I'm talking about the group in general, ADOS or FBA, whatever you want to call it.
It's not it.
Or B1.
Lord, it's not the same. Hold on. No, we don't. We know that ADOS is separate from FBA.
100%.
They're all separate groups.
Yes. That's the other point. But I started seeing people say we're not, because they were doing the art, we're not African thing, which is like cool. But they would say,
I don't get myself as African either.
They would say, we're not African, we're mixed. I was like, huh?
I've heard Tone say that too.
Exactly. We're both African, Native, and we have European. I'm like, and that I'm scared because it sounds like them damn Brazilians.
It also sounds like how those West Africans be identifying us as mixed. Yeah. We're not black. We're they call us white over there, actually.
Yeah, and it's like, hold on. Not every Negro is mixed.
No.
Not every Negro is mixed.
You go back to your line and you'll find out that you have not been contaminated as you think you are.
So so when you said it right there, when the dude called and said we're in 2022, it's like unfortunately, it seemed like if he said it to her, did she correct him on that or not?
No, she didn't.
It seems like they truly believe in this idea of mixing completely.
So they want to go into 2050 and everybody look beige.
When I heard people making an allegation against them, once again, I wasn't 100% watching everybody every day and all the live stream. I was just, it. But it seemed like that is a thing now.
But I will say another caller had a point when she said, how is Marcel ever going to win over the voters when he's pretty much attacking them, saying stuff like, y'all been voting for him for 30 years, you know.
You need to say. Trump said the same
thing. But we start calling people stupid and dumb.
No. Let me
Some people take it as insults.
Trump did the same thing and won because his group was able to look past the emotions.
But black people are not able to do that.
I agree.
You got to go in, kiss their butt. You got to go in and
you can't tell people the truth.
You can't tell. You could tell people the truth.
But it's from a political standpoint, if you start telling the truth, people start looking at you like you're looking down on them.
And then also, you have to take into account, Jim Clyburn was the first. He was the first. I think he was the first black person to hold that seat.
I guess so. I know they tie him back to civil rights movement.
And he's a civil rights icon.
Yeah, so it's hard to get him out because
they view him as an elder.
So the older black people have taught their daughters and sons
to respect him,
and then they taught. So he's got a certain level of legacy.
So Marcel's saying the things that he's saying about not only Jim Clyburn and the community, they're calling him the coon and calling him super disrespectful
because he's going against a civil rights quote unquote icon.
And there was a dude like, well, Marcel is not from that community, and I think you have tweets where people say, well, how do you know that the community is not doing so well? Well, it's statistics. Facts that said it's the sixth poorest.
I can read this. I can look at data.
It's the sixth poorest district in the United States, so that's pretty bad.
Yeah. So you see the dude where he said, Bakari says, I tried, but you want to do this. FYI, I won 4 out of 5. Won my first race at 21. You got 400 more votes from Congress than I did when I won a state house seat. And when I ran stateside, I received over 500 votes and got over 40%, not 4. My invitation is always open. And he said, tell me the whole story. You were a child of a popular civil rights activist and college dean who knew Clyburn.
That's
and
true.
It gave you connections, including that Obama guy. I was a child who grew up in a deep poverty and a teacher in one of the most deeply impoverished towns in South Carolina. That sounds
like a boule connection to me.
Now, this dude right here, Jalen Elrod.
Not only a boule connection, but a booty connection.
He said less than 5%, bro. I'd be embarrassed. Should have spent less time tweeting.
And you see how he keep trying to take him keep trying to have Marcel take him up on his offer.
Exactly.
If this man is such a complete loser, did not hire to run a campaign, not organized, all over the man, why are you still trying to invite this man to come and sit down with you in quotations?
Exactly.
To talk about your doing a better campaign next time.
You sit down with you. What you gonna talk about? You gonna
and you know, some people say, "Oh, that's a shame that another black man can't invite another black man to sit down." No, well, I know why he wanted him to sit down with him.
If we sit down, are you gonna try to change my opinion, or what are we doing?
It ain't gonna be no sitting down in that conversation.
Let me stop. I'm about to say something crazy. Jalen Elrod. Now, this guy is a politician himself, third vice chair of the South Carolina Democratic Party. So all of a sudden, all these people got stuff to say to this dude.
Everybody won't smoke.
Because he was going against Clyburn, who is clearly the big dog politically in South Carolina. He runs that shit.
Not just South Carolina.
You think the whole Democratic Party.
Amongst black.
Oh, he run the Black Caucus? Even though he's not the leader of it, is he?
I think he is the top black.
The top black. Sound like Trump.
He loves his African Americans. Trump does love his African Americans.
We said Marcel got the "I'm not leaving the massa being good to me" as Negroes upset. This shows your impact in just 8 months. Instead of them throwing balloons for Clyburn, they're trying to come for you. That's what I'm saying. The first thing they did after Clyburn won was
made it about Marcel instead of making it about Clyburn's victory.
And then they talked about when D-Ray ran, the dude from Black Lives Matter, the blue vest dude.
The same blue vest is in that Planet of the Apes.
He tried to take credit for that. They was like, this is not has anything to do with you. Anyway, he lost, but they said this was a moral victory, even though he came in dead last with almost the same amount of votes. But look at this. And this right here was more of a point that I really was surprised of. Clyburn's district has 646,000 people, but he only got 27,000 votes.
That's pretty bad.
So he only got 4% of his city's votes.
Which is funny because Marcel only got 4% of the votes.
Exactly. This is with his awful 30-year record, name recognition, and millions of dollars to spend. How he lose even 1% to a no-name teacher who started from scratch 7 months ago, was broke for most of that time. Like I said, I didn't expect him to win, but I am surprised by he only got 27K black people to come vote for him, which told me nobody really know who. No, clearly nobody knew who Marcel is, and most people didn't give a fuck about Jim Clyburn. They were just like, he win. We don't really care who wins. So what happens if he gets more money backing behind him and gets in front of that TV and on those billboards, even more billboards?
The next time?
We'll see.
Well, Clyburn may not be.
Oh, he won't.
Next time.
We already know who planning on taking his spot. Sellers, right?
Mr. Bakari Sellers said it's supposed to be passed down to him.
I thought it would be his daughter.
It's Bakari.
Marcel for Congress. This is Tashina Arnold. I am impressed with your consistency and resilience in the fight for black people. You had important and informative interviews on the Black Channel, and Dilla Vicky. May the goals be accomplished and your path in life be actualized. This is what I found crazy. Seriously, he's going to lose and lose badly.
Okay.
They were really mad with her. This is before the vote. They were mad with her for even wanting for endorsing him.
Yeah.
Against Clyburn.
Well, we heard some stuff. You know, I love Tashina. Beautiful black sister. Yeah.
What? You don't found some dirt on her too? Damn.
We know the dirt on her.
What's the dirt?
I ain't gossiping about Tashina.
Exactly.
Thank you, Tashina, for supporting Marcel Dixon. We hope, that you with a black man.
We hope. Look at you. already seen it. Look at you.
And everything's going well for you, sister. Thanks for supporting black men. We've seen your tweets out there.
Yeah, backlash for saying that shit. How do we protect black men? They were like, what? Protect what? It was on her ass. Harpo got his whole ass mollywop. Look at this. Zippity-doo-wah, zippity-doo-ay. My, oh my, did you lose big today? They was talking shit. They compared him to the Get Out. Somebody said, just stop following me. Easy, because this person here said, done with Tashina Arnold. Actually, I've been done with Tashina Arnold. Make sure she added a twice. Not once, twice. This is just a reminder. It said, just stop following me, easy. And of course, couldn't just unfollow her. My mistake. Thanks for letting me know. Done. And I'm going to block you because your response to this and your support dude running against Replica Clyburn indicates that something is off. And then somebody said, the mystery of who gives a shit. So, yeah, it was
Yeah.
a lot of crazy stuff going on. Now, this is what Clyburn, this is one of the first things he tweeted after he won. Listen, the anchor, after he won.
Which lets you know that he's trolling you.
On the 10th anniversary of DACA, we celebrate our dreamers and innumerable contributions they have made to our communities. We need a real permanent solution that will create pathways to citizenship. I urge the Senate to pass the Dream of Promise Act.
What the fuck have they done?
You could listen.
Landscaping, working as a hotel housekeeper. What have they done?
It's so obvious who this is meant to go at. We know his platform was worry about Americans deport illegal immigrants. And for him to do this,
he shouldn't have shot at them. And he's sending a shot at all the other little groups.
He's sending a shot at the people who voted for him.
Yeah.
I'm going to talk about these immigrants now that you voted for me. Thank you. And I had to say it, we say it all the time, the older black people.
They got to go.
I don't want to say it like that.
Listen, sometimes you got to be harsh. And sometimes you got to be cruel and just tell the truth.
It ain't cruel if it's
Some people are set in their ways. They're not changing their mindset. And to get shit done, they got to go. It's pretty simple. Oh, Mr. Herschel Walker.
We're going to get to it. Hold on.
He is the father of the year for abandoning kids.
Hold on, Damn.
And please don't let one of the baby mamas be black. Please don't let one of them be black. Which I don't think so. I don't think none of them is. But please don't let one of them be black.
Now this is some quick things on Clyburn. Clyburn has taken more than $1 million in pharma money in a decade, far surpassing peers. Well, who owned the most pills? Who got a nightstand next to their bed with 40 pill bottles?
Black people.
Every time they go to a doctor, it's a new pill they need to try.
Like my aunt, she said when she went last time, now they talking about something wrong with her heart. And she said,
ain't she wrong with my heart?
Ain't like my kidney. Ain't nothing wrong with my kidney.
Oh, yeah, well, nephew Tommy. He said, I hope you reach around and touch his kidney. Nothing wrong with my kidney. My pancreas. No, it's pancreas.
Pancreas.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with my kidney. It's my pancreas.
Well, that's what I was calling you for.
This ain't got a damn thing to do with Jesus. But Clyburn Inc. Record revealed a South Carolina Dem of spending $200K campaign funds on family members. Congressman James Enos Clyburn, an influential South Carolina Dem, has been recently accused of spending campaign funds on his family members.
I believe it.
The spent campaign funds are valued at up to approximately $200,000. So you doing the same? What?
Expenditures that were shared with his kids, including 2 daughters and a husband's on it too.
Grandsons.
He like Patrice Colors. It's all in the family.
Jennifer.
He got a baby mama out there too.
Jennifer. Oh boy, if that ever came out, he had a side baby. Jennifer Clyburn Reed, the South Carolina Dem's daughter, has pocketed most
Look
of the
at that! Look at that! She kept that last name Clyburn because she know that holds
power. Most of the cash is said to have benefited the most between 2020 July and December. She has cashed out approximately $45K under the veil of the campaign management fee.
How can you marry a woman and she don't change her last name? She hyphenate that.
The fact that he made his daughter a campaign manager is kind of says everything.
Oh, he want his daughter to be like Ivanka Trump.
Well, her name is her last name is not Trump. It's
Well, that's not even her name. Ivanka not even her name. She has a Jewish name.
I forgot her name.
It's
Oh damn! I forgot her. What is her first name? Her real name? Y'all gonna make me look.
Her name is not Ivanka Trump anymore. Her name is it's a Jewish name that she has now.
Hold on. I gotta see this. Hold on. This name. Ivanka Trump real name. Yael Kushner.
Yael Kushner, that's her name.
I said it before I even got here.
Yael, that is a Jewish name.
Yeah.
She changed her name because her husband is a Jew.
And she adopted his religion.
She took on his culture.
When you see people walking around with those red bands, those ribbons on their hand.
Like a person on a certain podcast, we saw that red thing around your script. What's his name? Ice?
Yeah.
No, it's Ish.
Yeah, Ish, yeah.
Ish has a red screen around his arm.
Yeah, he's a
I think his mother is Jewish.
Or father.
No, because you're only Jewish if your mother is Jewish. Right, Drake.
But you can what do they call
you can adopt, be grafted in.
You can adopt it though. Here we go. Now this is what dude said about Marcel before the election. Mouth.
He defended Clyburn?
No, he defended Obama.
Oh shit.
This is why when he went on the Corey Holcomb show,
Zoe whooped his ass.
Zoe punched him because they were going back and forth on the Obama thing, and he was defending Obama so hard, and Corey was like, "Why are you defending this dude?" And
you know what?
Got so emotional.
It was not Zoe getting emotional.
No. He got emotional not because he was defending Obama, because he was saying slick stuff to him, jokes.
The Most High came in to Zoe's body. And but Zoe was such bad aim. Yeah, the Most High couldn't even.
The damn punch.
But the Most High came through and said, "Whoop his."
Most High, I'm gonna put my hands.
If I could put my hands on the nigga.
Yeah. So Ari Spears, I don't know why he's still defending Obama. I don't.
Because he's bought and paid for too.
When Corey put that video of him, was it stuck in a lollipop or something?
In front of a white man, won't it?
On the side of the pool. I think it was for some comedy show. I can't remember. It was like
in front of a white man.
It was like, eesh. And that's what I was saying. If you believe that politics are the way, how can you be angry with someone for running, even if they lose? Now, these people are saying his name, even if they're dissing him, they're mentioning him.
True.
So his platform is just gonna grow.
Yeah.
And even if it's not him, it might be somebody in.
And another thing, there was 2 or 3 callers that kept talking about, and the real reason why I think Yvette disliked Marcel was because he was associated with Tariq. By the way,
I don't know.
That's
enemy.
That's her sworn enemy. That's the rival. She know that's the rival. Say what you want to say. That's the rival. And they kept saying how Marcel might would have had a little bit more advantage if he wouldn't have been scaring off the LGBT community. And I was like, y'all think it's that many gay black men in South Carolina? The reason why he lost in South Carolina.
Yes.
That's absolutely crazy. Y'all think
so they believe
because he's associated with Tariq.
So they believe in a rainbow coalition then.
Exactly.
They believe in every race and gender and sexuality to come together and
if
create
he wouldn't have associated himself with Tariq, he could have got more of the LBG. He was never going to get that no way, based off on what he was saying.
He literally
and then they talking
about him disagreeing with him.
Yeah, he was, and then it's like, well, he was pretty much a conservative. He wasn't for abortion. Yeah, he shouldn't have been for abortion.
When did that become a conservative issue?
Matter of fact, he shouldn't be living the lifestyle that he living.
But when did abortion become a conservative issue? There used to be just a regular,
a decent, moral human being thought.
That used to just be a discussion you had non-political. It wasn't even a political thing.
Tonight,
now it's political.
Abort kids.
Yeah.
Our black issue so complex, and this is a black man said that's complex.
It's so crazy how you can make everything exclusive except when you put black on it.
It's complex.
It's like
No, nigga, you are
It's crazy, man. When you put black on it, it gets.
You are compromised. You're not complex, Aries Spears. You compromised.
I'm gonna go through this real quick. Black opposition. This is before the election. Black opposition to migration sparks primary against Democrat Jim Clyburn. This is Breitbart. This is what they call an alt-right publication. And in this, they're making an argument for Black American exclusive policies.
Isn't that what Ann Coulter?
Well, Ann Coulter, JJ got her doing that.
Ooh, JJ been laying work.
So it's like, I'm not going to read it. I just want to show on what they call the far right. Now, you could say they're only doing this because they understand that this means that they'll be anti-immigration. So it's more closer to their ideology. That's why they'll accept it. But in this article, they're talking about Black American policies.
Yeah.
So it's like, do you work with your enemy?
It's a shame you don't even have your own black
people
to talk about it. Like
that.
Black News Channel.
They don't exist no more. So
It exists on YouTube still.
They go up live every once in a while.
They didn't even talk about black issues. You know, they were about what Kim Kardashian is wearing.
Look, I'm so
sorts of things.
Bruh, I'm so tired.
You can't get rid of those switches.
Bruh, I thought they was gone. Then they got on Hulu. I'm like, damn.
They ain't never going nowhere.
And when did their base become black? Anyway.
When Courtney slapped the black off of Kim.
It's sad. I think that's why they did that. It's sad. I think that's why they put that on TV to get.
They were like, we gotta have a fight. We gotta be more ratchet.
Violence. We gotta spark it out for him.
And then Kim was like, I'll take the slap.
And she knocked the shit out of it.
Slapped the black off of it. The black was on the wall.
The makeup.
She walked down the hallway as a dark Armenian. When she slapped her, she turned pale.
She was Polish.
Norwegian. Norway. I thought she was a Viking.
She had the braids. Herschel Walker, we just simply talking about Clyburn and his bullshit. We got to talk about
Herschel Walker being Father of the Year.
Herschel Walker. He talked all this shit
about the importance of a father.
And I agree with it.
Yeah, we agree with what he was saying, but we don't agree with him.
He wasn't living it.
No, that's what happens with a lot of these Negroes.
GOP Georgia Senate nominee Herschel Walker admits to having 2 more secret children. Now says he has 4. This Negro was one of these typical Republicans who think that what they're saying gets painted as Republican views when it's just common sense shit. It's not Republican or conservative. It's just reality, what should happen. This is common sense. Saying take care of your kids is not Republican view. But they say this stuff, and then he got 4.
Well, Corey Holcomb said you don't gotta take care of your kids. if you don't like the baby mama, come back when they what? 18? Then they 13. Tell them your mama was shit. That's why I wasn't around you. Hey, he just going by Corey Hogan philosophy.
Hey, that's how
come back at 13. If the kid doctor contaminated, try it again at 18. If they ain't shit,
don't fuck with them.
Don't fuck with them.
Leave them too. Damn, boy. Herschel Walker, former pro football star and current Republican nominee for Georgia U.S. Senate, confirmed he has 2 more previously unknown children.
Damn.
It said Herschel Walker, the Republican nominee for Georgia U.S. Senate, confirmed. Walker has says he has 4 kids, only one of whom was previously known. Walker disclosed in the second time this week for the former star professional football player who has been repeatedly publicly critical of African American absentee fathers, has been forced to admit he had children out of wedlock after a media report of their existence. Until earlier this week, Walker, whose candidacy to unseat Democratic incumbent Senator Raphael Warnock, has been heavily backed by former President Donald Trump, who has publicly mentioned his 22-year-old son, Christian Walker. Donald Trump got multiple baby mamas too, don't he? They just got 2.
He got 3, but he in all their lives though.
Yeah.
And then he wiped them all up.
On Tuesday, the Daily Beast revealed Walker had a secret 10-year-old son he hasn't played an active role in raising. So obviously we know all this stuff. So you talked all that shit, and now in the middle of your campaign, it's like
you got it, which is really it's really none of our business.
It's not,
and I really could care less how many kids this man have. You can't go around, talking about African American, absentee fathers, and
you can't go around saying stuff that's obvious.
You trying to run off of Father of the Year, and then you running from your responsibilities as a father. That's kind of crazy. Which he may be taking care of them though. They probably get a check.
No. He said he only knew about one of them,
but he had 3 more.
So I don't know if he just found out about this week or within the last.
I can't believe in the age that we live in, and they didn't want child support.
I don't know.
That's just unrealistic. Ain't none of them black then.
Oh, now you're talking like what's going on? You want to be on child support? See, you did it, not him. That was you. Now let me show you what. You see this?
I didn't even look at this shit.
Good. I want you to react to it. So his son came out and had a video where he was talking about fatherhood. So I wonder if he's directing this at his father now.
Now he can speak out.
No, this is not. This is before this information came out that he had 4 side kids.
It would be great if you stayed home and raised your kids instead of ran off to bang a bunch of women who weren't your baby mama. Stay home and raise your freaking kids. Your kids need a father. Get back home. Get back home.
How is this? He's actually building a presence on the internet. I don't get it. It's so fake. It's so fake.
What if that's not even him? He acting out a character.
There's a dude who on the conservative black conservative dude, quote unquote. There's a lot of Negroes reacting to videos getting 500,000 views, and just 2 years ago they were talking about some other shit. Now they conservative.
I told y'all we could have been and gone into our Hagen twins bag.
If we upload a video tomorrow of us reacting to what's the black dude name? There's a video that every black dude is reacting to called the history of slavery they're not telling you, and it's by that black conservative economist. I forgot his name. Thomas Sowell. White people, if you talk to a white person, conservative, right, and they will immediately recommend you should listen to Thomas Sowell. You'll understand what I'm saying. It's like they always want you to listen to this one black dude. Like I can disagree with him too, but anyway, if we react to that video, we'll get 2 million views in a damn week.
Go look at Amazing Lucas video views compared to what it used to be when he started talking shit about the Republicans.
If you're a Negro and you're a Republican, white people will give you all the money you want. There's a dude who infamously ate a piece of chicken, saying he ain't going back to Africa. You can go eat a piece of chicken as a comedian, quote unquote. And now he on Twitter saying, guys, they're trying to harm me. Make sure to donate to my GoFundMe. And they're giving him money. This man
Who's trying to harm him?
Huh?
Who trying to harm him?
Oh, because people was, it could be any type of white people, black people who are against the liberals or democratic people. If you're a black man, you want to make some money, you a black man, get on YouTube and fake like you're conservative. Go hard. You got to go hard though. You got to say you got to go hard. You got to
like
go,
Brandon Tatum.
You got to go hard, and they give you more money.
Brandon Tatum and for y'all women, Candace Owens.
Sadly, is it sad that Candace Owens not as bad as him?
She's not as bad as him, but
she say a lot of common sense
bad.
Stuff. I'm not saying she's not bad. I'm saying she says common sense stuff, but she try to wrap it up in the other shit.
She tried to be Omarosa, but she's not Omarosa.
Omarosa never jumped that bridge. Nope. Omarosa stayed
neutral.
She stayed on the side. She never told you her politics. So yeah.
If you take out your thing and you get a woman pregnant, guess what? The party days are over. The acting foolish days are over. You go get a freaking job and you support your new family. Get home.
Home.
I'm not gonna watch all this, but I wonder if you're talking about this to his dad now. You got a 10-year-old.
Hey, Dad.
Like, what you saying to your little brother? I'm sorry, my dad isn't spending time with you. You barely know him. I swear, Walker. The same thing happened to every time Larry Elder. I keep thinking of Jerry Edgar Hoover every time I think his name, but Larry Elder. I didn't know he was dating a white woman. All of a sudden, he ran for office, and oh yeah, he beat a white woman. He beat his white fiance one time. It's like
he didn't beat her.
We know
the way that they're saying that he beat her.
Oh Lord, here you go.
Huh. He beat her, just not the way they said that he beat her.
Oh shit! All right. Next up, let's try to run through this a little quicker. All right.
We already know why Biden shouldn't run in 2024. He's ran an awful presidency. With the inflation and everything that's going on, he's going to be what, 84 at the end of his second term?
Something like that, yeah. He'll be close to 90.
So why? It's pretty evident. I don't even know why they put out this article. It should just be Joe Biden shouldn't run for 2024.
That's what it says. Why Biden shouldn't run for 2024.
Look at the facts. That's it.
So when I saw this, obviously, I've had my theories on what's really gonna happen. I don't think Biden gonna make it long to run for office again.
Well, we ain't putting out no more. I ain't putting out no more expiration dates on Biden's presidency.
Is it possible when they say because they're putting it out there that he might run? Matter of fact, the White House. I'll show you. The White House already said some stuff on this. Is it possible they're saying this for the opposite effect? They know if they put out there, he's going to run. You're going to be like, listen, we're not voting for this dude. Don't do it. So then when they put somebody else there, you'll be like, all right, as long as it ain't him. Is it possible they might do the okie doke? Push Biden, and then the last moment be like, okay, he's not going to run. We're going to push Kamala. We're going to push Keisha Bottoms. We'll get to that.
The only
push this other
thing
person.
Kamala should be in a damn brothel.
You keep saying that about that woman, man.
Teaching tricks and trades. That's the only thing. That's what Kamala need to be at.
Let me show some of the responses to Biden saying he's going to run for president still.
You know, I think there is definitely an expectation that this could lead to something new. You know, I was down in Virginia's 7th Congressional District, which is represented by Congresswoman Abigail Spanberger, a very vulnerable, moderate Democrat running for re-election. I've been talking to a number of Republican candidates, and I've asked them just that question, Brianna. You know, this isn't necessarily 100% former President Biden's fault. Current President Biden's fault. There are lots.
She called him former President Biden.
Too aspirational.
Sounds great. Been a long night. Sorry, up till 1 a.m. for the primaries. There are lots of factors playing into this right now in terms of inflation and such. But, you know, these candidates and Republican primary voters essentially point to what they say is the spending from the Biden administration, the spending from the democratically controlled Congress as contributing to inflation.
I think it reeks of gaslighting to me. I think it reeks of denial and, as you said, denial of responsibility and hiding his hand. So there are some ways that definitely Americans who could not work because their places of business closed, couldn't function remotely, or whatever the case may be, needed stimulus during COVID, during the height, let's say, of COVID-19. But there are some ways that the money spent toward businesses was excessive in the extreme and not effective in helping the average American citizen.
There's people that came up 20, 30K during the lockdown. We know people that started businesses.
We know people that was taking out loans.
Going on vacation.
No, we know people who taking out loans and starting businesses.
Yeah.
So by the time when the thing was over and these people started looking for their money, they could be able to pay it back.
Hey, it was smart.
So yeah, they did what they do. They flipped it.
So they're already saying that the reason why he shouldn't run is because of the economy that they're in. But we also heard them say that the reason why they said we have to scare the bejesus out of people because we don't have the economy on our side. Now, this is AOC. Man, oh man, the perception of her is so different now, isn't it?
No, she's always had the same perception she had when she started running.
She called herself African. She called herself
she's
Hispanic.
Jewish.
She called herself Jewish.
Cathartic Jew.
Then she said if you criticize her, it's because you want to date her. That was crazy. I ain't never seen nobody say no shit like that in public.
It's pretty arrogant.
You just saying that because you want to. What?
I mean, you could go for a tranny, AOC. If you don't have no kids in 10 years, 10, 15 years, you're going under the tranny list.
All right, let's see what she had to say. Oh.
She was booed. You remember she was booed up in Florida? When Florida was the COVID hotbed for getting COVID. And where did she go vacation? Where her boo?
Florida. She went to Florida with her feet out.
She went with Florida. I'm going to say Florida.
Florida with her feet out.
You know, if the president chooses to run again in 2024, I mean, first of all, I'm focused on winning this majority right now and preserving a majority this year in 2022. So we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. But I think if the president has a vision, then that's something certainly we're all willing to entertain and examine when the time comes.
Entertain.
Yeah, you know, I think we should endorse when we get to it, but I believe that the president has been doing a very good job so far, and you know, should he run again, I think that I think it's we'll take a look at it.
She
but
can't
right
even
now
say
we
that
need
with
to
a straight
focus on winning a
face.
majority instead of a presidential election.
She said, "I'm not endorsing."
She couldn't even say it with a straight face. The president has been doing a good job, and I'm going to endorse him. The man has been a horrible president. Horrible. Look at him. He's literally an elderly man with dementia running the United. He's not even running the United States. We know who the big guy is running the United States. Look at him. He's like a dementia patient.
White House reiterates Biden's plan to run for re-election in 2024. I think this is for the opposite effect. They say this, so you be like, we ain't voting for this dude. Numbers plummet even more, and then they put somebody else in that position. There's no way they're going to run him again. The man can barely read a damn, no.
The man can barely go to the bathroom. He have diapers on.
I found this funny. This is, this is in Ripley's Believe It or Not.
Kamala look like a man. Kamala look like a man.
That look like a witch.
They're like a man with a wig on. Strong ass chin.
They did a dirty. And that goes into this. Vice President Harris launching online harassment task force.
So this is her moment in her vice presidency to say this is what she did when she was in office. Besides the other extracurricular activities that she does.
Pause for a second. This is something that first ladies do.
Exactly. This is what
bullying and stuff like that.
Jill Biden should have been doing.
Who the real vice president, people? I already said, if you listen to what we said before, Jill Biden is the actual Jill Biden. She's taking, we know the big guy. That's all I'm gonna say.
The big guy didn't even want her as his vice president. He'd rather take Jill Biden as his president. That's how incompetent Kamala Harris is. Obama said, "We'll use you for the face, and we need somebody to go over and get stuff done in other countries. We'll just have you lay up with them, Kamala."
God damn, Travis, you keep kicking her back in. Like, damn. The task force will make recommendations that include a focus on the nexus between online misogyny and the radicalization to violence.
These are the 4 words they kept using: misogyny,
now we're not gonna
LGBTQ.
I'm gonna show what Travis highlighted. That's what he pointed out in the article. You ain't even got to read it and know. You can read these highlights and know what the article was about. Targets women, girls, and LGBT people.
I should have disproportionately
targets women, girls, and LGBT plus people. Hate, misogyny, and abuse with spillover effects that threaten our communities and safety offline. Had threatened to kidnap, rape, and to kill teenage girls on Instagram. That's the Uvalde shooter. He came out. They said he came out and said he wanted to do those things, but then he ended up shooting children.
But he didn't.
Shot kids.
We should focus on what he actually carried out.
Gender-based violence, including a focus on the nexus between online misogyny and radicalization to violence, the White House said. So, after the Buffalo shooting,
this is the conclusion they've come to.
And the Uvalde shooting, they want to focus on
no hate,
gendered violence,
no hate crimes, no anti-blackness.
Still ain't gave us horn.
Just misogyny, radical violence, LGBTQ. That's what the focus is on.
It's crazy.
No anti-blackness.
Now hate crimes. Let me show you this right here. Now
look at him, boy. He over there cheesing like a Cheshire cat. But in the South we say Chessy cat.
Yeah. Let me show y'all something. Now
here you go. At least he tried moment. The gloating.
Now last year I said that Keisha Lance Bottoms is running for president. When she stepped down as mayor and said she wasn't going to run, and then the dude who ran against her didn't even win. It was another dude who I don't even know. I was surprised. I said, he must got more connections or something. But then she went to did she go to CNN Plus?
I noticed she was a CNN political commentary person.
So she might have been CNN Plus. So she ain't got a job right now.
But remember, they wanted her to be the ambassador of Bahamas, and she was like,
"Hell no,
I can't have that on my resume."
Now, former Atlanta Mayor Keisha Lance Bottoms is joining the Biden administration. So we're one step closer
to her saying she's running for vice president, or I don't think she's going to run for president. I think that she's going to run. They're going to use her as vice president.
Remember, she was considered her and what's her name?
Stacey Adams.
And the woman
in the Michigan one.
And the woman in LA, the one who Karen Bass, were considered the top 3 candidates.
No, it was the one in Michigan.
No. Karen Bass. Karen Bass was
it's an article.
I don't care what they say. I remember.
Ain't nobody voting for Karen Bass, who was the former city's Congressional Black Caucus
Karen Bass was
leader.
Karen Bass was considered the #1 candidate to be his vice president.
Why?
Then it was Keisha Lynch Bottoms. Then it was Stacey Abrams. And then Kamala just leapfrogged all of them. I don't know how.
Oh, the Stacey Abrams that said the only problem that she's encountered with black people online is that she doesn't know what a chicken wing. She doesn't eat chicken wings. She doesn't know the difference. She don't eat flats. Well, we know all black women eat flats. Literally, you getting the drum leg. You ain't the drum. You're not getting the damn flat.
So it now says Keisha Lynch Bottoms will be
Stacey Abrams. So thank you.
What we say?
Low key. I think I said. Did I say Stacey Adams?
Oh shit!
It's Stacey.
That's the shoes.
You know, my mind was focused on some gators.
Former Atlanta Mayor Keisha Lynch Bottoms will be joining the Biden administration. The White House announced Wednesday after previously being considered to be President Biden's running mate in 2020 presidential election. Bottoms will serve as a senior advisor for public engagement. You see that? Public engagement which works at a local, state, and national level to ensure community leaders, diverse perspectives, and new voices have the opportunity to inform the work for President Biden in an inclusive, transparent, responsible way.
So that's somebody grooming.
That's propagandist.
That's also the people getting familiar with her and her grooming herself to be in a higher position.
She's gonna be put in front of cameras in representation of the White House. So her profile is gonna go up. She's gonna be somebody you're supposed to believe. Automatically, I'm telling you the truth. I'm trying to be, how they said, transparent and inclusive. But she's also gonna be a propagandist lying.
Well, they all lie.
I know, but her job is gonna be to lie to you. The same thing as the damn press secretary. Their job is just to lie and spin stories.
The president lies. Everybody lies.
Exactly. They're politicians. Remember, there was a time.
Not just politicians lie.
I'm just saying.
You lie too.
Nigga, you lie, nigga.
I tell a lie.
What time is it? I'm telling y'all right now, if y'all ever talk to church after 7:30, a lie come. I'm telling you. Every time after 7:30, a lie just come out. I don't know what it is. Sometimes you start lying. So what time is it?
Telling a lie.
Okay.
I'm not even a good liar. I'll go back and correct myself and say, no, that's not really what happened. I'm lying.
Let's move on.
I don't say that?
Let's move on. Because you got this dude trying to convince y'all he don't lie. This is crazy.
I don't lie.
A serial liar will convince you they don't lie.
Oh, I'm a serial liar.
I didn't say that. I said if you're trying to defend yourself like you're not a liar, you have to be a serial liar.
So that's calling me a serial liar.
Are you defending you don't lie?
I'm defending that I don't lie.
You're a serial liar. I didn't call you that. You took that damn jacket on and put it on. You put the jacket on. Bottoms was considered for the role of vice president during Biden's 2020 presidential campaign, along with Georgia gubernatorial candidate Stacey Abrams, Michigan Governor Gretchen Whitmer, and others. Gretchen Whitmer was never going to get it because she's white. Because he had to choose a black woman.
He had to.
He had to. They were putting the pressure on him.
Well, they have. They
would have voted for him still, but it was a public.
I think he would have lost.
You think he would have lost?
I think he would have lost some.
Kamala didn't add nothing to him.
No,
Kamala added nothing to his campaign.
Yeah, she did. She added black girl magic in the White House.
But who? That voting.
But who? What?
That voting don't change if he chooses Whitmer. Honestly. The numbers don't change more than likely. They still get 98%, 95%.
I don't think so.
All right. Now, this is another thing.
This is old.
It's old?
I mean, I thought this has already been put out. I thought this is an old clip. This a new clip?
Yes.
Oh. I thought he had already talked about this before. No, I'm not talking about you bringing the story. I'm just saying he'd already questioned the FBI involvement and all that stuff. There's nothing new.
He did.
He did.
already talked about this before. You're right.
We could go over it again, but if this is some new information he uploaded, speaking about for.
All right. So basically, what I'm bringing this up for, this is January 6th. Another thing they're using to push themselves into political power further for the midterms. They were asked the FBI, can you tell us whether or not these people were connected to you guys? They wouldn't answer it.
Because they were.
Exactly.
To the FBI. How many FBI agents or confidential informants actively participated in the events of January 6th?
Sir, I'm sure you can appreciate that I can't go into the specifics of sources and methods.
Did any FBI agents or confidential informants actively participate in the events of January 6th? Yes or no?
Sir, I can't answer that.
Did any FBI agents or confidential informants commit crimes of violence on January 6th?
I can't answer that, sir.
Did any FBI agents or FBI informants actively encourage and incite crimes of violence on January 6th?
Sir, I can't answer that.
Ms. Sadburn, who is Ray Epps?
I'm aware of the individual, sir. I don't have the specific background to him.
Well, there are a lot of people who are understandably very concerned about Mr. Epps. On the night of January 5th, 2021, Epps wandered around the crowd that had gathered, and there's video out there of him chanting, "Tomorrow, we need to get into the Capitol, into the Capitol." This was strange behavior, so strange that the crowd began chanting, "Fed, Fed, 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 Fed."
You know another thing that get lost in that January 6th? If I'm not mistaken, and y'all can look this up and verify it. On January 4th, if I'm not mistaken, they found pipe bombs.
Yeah, didn't AOC?
It was the most. It's not talked about. You would think they would talk about this even more. Like, look, these.
That's like the Designated Survivor show.
Yeah, these white nationalists were gonna blow it up. Go look it up. They said when the story first hit, they said it was gonna be pipe bombs. They found pipe bombs outside of the Capitol in certain places. And it just went away like nothing happened.
Mm-hmm.
Either they lied or they're covering it up because they didn't want to go that far. I don't know. Okay, let me what's this right here? Oh yeah. Did you see the Patriot Front dudes who were going to a LGBT
to riot
march? No, they were in a van.
They were going to go riot.
I guess they were going to go protest against them.
What was wrong with them doing that?
When they got arrested, they got stopped.
They didn't even make it there.
They didn't make it there.
But somebody reportedly, now get this. Somebody reportedly called and said they saw a bunch of men with this gear on getting in a van, and somehow the police officers thought, "Oh, let's go stop them." So now, how does that not work with other things? Exactly.
This was fake. These are more FBI, CIA agents.
Exactly.
And they were using this to push the LGBT thing. Oh, look, they were going to attack them.
Yeah, like, look at this. Yeah, look at the word they use.
Republican demagoguery.
Anti.
Brought us the anti-gay truck full of Nazis.
We can't get anti-black though, right? Has there been an article that said anti-black?
No.
Or did they say hate crime?
They say hate crime.
Okay.
Or racist attack. This
is propaganda once again.
On Saturday, 31 men linked to a white nationalist group, Patriot Front, piled into a U-Haul truck Idaho, carrying shields, helmets, and smoke grenades and long metal poles. They set off the pride event at in a nearby park. According to the local police chief, these men, who had traveled from a dozen different states, had written documents detailing their mission. How the fuck we write this down?
These people, they have a diary. They like to write down stuff.
Prepared for a riot, they would enter the park, antagonize pride attendees, and set off smoke grenades as soon as someone tried to stop them. It never came to pass, fortunately, after 911 call reportedly seen a group dressed like a little army packed in a U-Haul at a local hotel. Cops stopped the truck and arrested the man on a misdemeanor charge of conspiracy to riot. That's a thought crime. I didn't commit a conspiracy.
Well, that's what's supposed to be in the near future. Well, not in the near future now.
It's already here.
Thought crime.
You cannot listen. When you allow people to get arrested for conspiracy, which means I'm planning, you're literally imprisoning me for a thought.
Just because I thought it didn't mean I was gonna act it out.
That mean I'm gonna act it out.
There's a lot of things that you think and you don't act it out.
So I'm not saying they deserve to get arrested. I don't give a fuck about them. But that's kind of crazy. You can arrest me for what you think I'm gonna do. And then, of course, they randomly, on some level, they able to find documents that they wrote out and said what they were going to do. Come on, bruh.
It's some bullshit.
Come on, bruh. U.S. prison workers produce $11 billion worth of goods and services for little to no pay at all.
Is there another article?
What do you mean?
Where they were talking about where the other group actually made it. They went to California, a library or something.
Is it the rest of this article?
I don't know. In the article.
Yeah. Oh, you did. I'm sorry. Yeah, he highlighted some stuff. Panda Dose was singing a welcome song and preparing to read a book to the group of children and their parents.
So that's the tranny.
Yeah.
And they're
Wait. The person who called?
No. The same day in the Bay Area,
San Luis.
the same thing happened to them. They had a group of, they called them far right Proud Boys, invaded a public library where
part of a Proud event, the drag queen.
Yeah. The point that I got out of that was the parents were there letting their kids listen to a drag queen read. The parents.
Yes. It's something that you said, perhaps inevitable. Over the past few years, the GOP and conservative activists have pushed more and more policies designed to ostracize and criminalize queer and transgender people. State lawmakers have fast-tracked bills that ban discussions of LGBT life in classrooms.
Exactly, low-key, 1984.
Yeah. In Texas, orders from the governor, the Department of Family and Protective Services is launching a child abuse investigations and parents who provide gender-affirming care to their trans kids. Gender affirming? As in, I'm going to let you live out your fantasy? Okay. More than one-third of U.S. states have barred trans children and teens from playing sports on teams of their own gender.
What?
Of my own gender?
That's not a lie. That's a lie.
Wait, if you're a little boy, you can play sports with little boys.
Yeah, the problem that we're having
you won't let them play
is
with the little girls.
When you have big ass dudes that are 6'3", weigh 230 pounds, want to go wrestle a 125 pounder female, and then wonder why they are so dominant. It's because I train, I work hard. No, it's because you a big ass.
You a man. But it also appeals to the white nationalist extremists who see queer and trans people as a threat to the patriarchal fascist state they seek to establish and are willing to embrace violence against them.
Now that's a shot at white men.
Yeah, that's white dudes. They ain't got nothing to do with.
They ain't got shit to do with me.
You get some more?
That was it.
Lord have mercy. So this is clearly one of those Planet stories. The same thing with Whitmer, Governor Whitmer. It came out, she was gonna be kidnapped. There was a whole plot, and then was it 9 out of the 12 dudes arrested were informants or connected to the FBI. And then they threw the case away, no, y'all set the plan in action, convinced these dudes to do it, and there was stuff that came out. I don't know if it's text messages or emails or something. The dudes were saying, I don't know about this. And the informants were the ones who was egging it on. No, let's keep going. And this is why they don't want to bring this up when it comes to that capital shit, but we're going to move along. We're talking about how $11 billion have been used to produce goods and services with little to no pay. And then you see that number, $11 billion. That's slavery.
That's what it was created for, the 13th Amendment.
Despite the producing...
Was it the 13th Amendment?
I think it's 14.
The 14th Amendment.
Yeah, I think so.
It's been a bad day, y'all. Sorry. Y'all don't understand. I've been working 6 days a week, 10, 12 hours a day. On top of that, 3 additional hours. Y'all don't understand. It's been tough.
Despite producing the $11 billion worth of goods and services each year, incarcerated workers in the U.S. earn an average of just between 13 cents and 52 cents per hour across the country, according to a new report. The New American Civil Liberties Union report published Wednesday said that wages are low, and that is one of the most cases the government takes up to 80% of the pay from rooms and board, court costs, restitution, and other fees, including the construction and maintenance of prisons. They make the prisoners pay for the maintenance of the prison?
They treating it like they renting a house there.
They don't want to.
Like when you have to go and get your water, like when your hot water heater tank break down, or you got to get a new faucet, or
This
is
crazy.
your washer and dryer if it's part of where you're renting it. Damn.
Incarcerated workers produce more than $2 billion per year in goods and more than $9 billion per year in services for the maintenance of their prisons. The report added. Now.
It's the 13th. Low-key says 13.
Okay,
right.
13. Let me say this. If they are telling you right now that in America, gang members are terrorists, right?
Yeah.
And you have these music companies who are pushing forth rappers who are pushing gang activity and joining gangs. So if your favorite rapper is telling you to join a gang, but gang members are considered terrorists, and you get more time in prison. And in the prison, they got you making stuff for basically free and making them a lot of money.
But you know what? Black men are still keeping their trades as carpenters and everything else.
So what you got to ask is, who runs these labels then? I remember I kept hearing people call Jay-Z the feds. So
that's when Nipsey Hussle died, and he's part of the LAPD thing.
There
was something.
His symbol
on his
like
Rockefeller.
It looks like the LAPD symbol. And then you got one right now. You got Whack 100. I'm pretty sure y'all know who that is. All the time he's on Clubhouse. Got real gangsters in the Clubhouse arguing with each other about street stuff. And you go, how many of these rappers are getting arrested? A lot. So how many of these people are cops?
A lot of them.
Why would you, as a gang member, invite other gang members to come online and talk about gang stuff? What's his name? Young Thug just got hit with a RICO. Him and Gun and all those dudes. I think it's 27 dudes.
He'll be out.
Maybe so. He's a Mason.
He's definitely a Mason.
No, he is literally a Mason.
No, we pulled it up.
Yeah, he's a Mason. So it's like, it seems like these rappers' jobs is literally to get you niggas to do dumb shit to end up in jail.
Oh, like Tekashi?
That's
the biggest. That's a fed.
Let me tell my theory on that. What's the dude name that was connected to Tekashi 6ix9ine? The black dude? Shooter? Whatever his name is. I believe he was the real one.
Probably so.
I believe he's the real informant. And Tekashi 6ix9ine's job was just to take the hit for it.
Yeah.
Because it makes no sense. Why would you bring some dude like that in? That's weird. But I don't know. Just these prisons, man. They making a lot of money.
That's why you can't go nowhere.
Yeah. 2 men arrested accused of hacking into Virginia Beach gas station selling gas at discounted rate. I showed this because even though these 2 niggas are going to be in jail, they honorable.
Is it honorable?
No, it ain't honorable.
It's not honorable.
No, Chad, it's not honorable. I'm joking. Damn. Look at you. You think I'm about to defend it? No.
It's not honorable.
You read this?
Yeah, I read it.
What do you think?
They knew they was going to get caught. What do you think? If you stealing gas from a gas station, this man is going to notice that gas is missing. Thousands of dollars are missing. And he's going to go check his recording, see what's going on. And he's going to say, oh, these 2 Negroes been stealing gas. And then not only that, the police officer said anybody in the area that if you feel like you've been, review your cameras because they might have been stealing from you too. So these Negroes gonna go away for.
That's gas.
They're gonna get some time.
It's federal, so
they're going to a federal.
Yeah.
So, and let's be honest, they wasn't helping the community.
No.
They was making money.
It was lower.
It was definitely lower.
How much do you think they was charged? Did you read it and see how much they charged, or they didn't tell that? Huh?
They didn't tell that how much they were charging.
What you think they charge?
It's $6. Well, depending on what state you in, we know that it's no lower than $5. So they probably going about $3.
Just $3.
$3 and some change.
Before the gas prices started kicking off, where they went back to normal.
I thought they didn't start doing this till the gas prices took a hike.
No, I'm saying they went. Oh. They charged the prices before the hike.
Yeah,
they went back to that.
They went back to that.
Go back to $3. Ain't gonna hurt your pockets too much.
And matter of fact, they were running the business online through what was it? Was it Facebook?
Oh, niggas advanced now. Like I told you about old buddy who was selling weed out of a vending
machine.
Dispensary outside his house. And then somebody.
I don't know how he did that.
It was genius, but somebody had.
It was a white woman.
Oh, what is this?
Yeah,
want to go viral, and now he got his shit busted open. But
it was genius.
Yeah,
that's true. Poor people do poor things.
Exactly. Poor people gonna do what poor people think they need to do to survive. Brittany Griner, Russian detention.
Don't nobody give a damn about Brittany Griner.
Listen. I don't wish bad on anybody.
I think she's a spy.
Huh?
I think she's a spy.
That's all. Damn, Chubb, you jump.
Oh.
But we can go ahead and get into it. We ain't got to read his article. We already know what's going on. Listen, there's no way they put her in prison for basically some weed, some oils, as they said. I believe they think she was there as a spy.
She either a spy or Russia is really using her as what's the word I'm looking for?
Get rid of these sanctions, and we'll trade her off for that.
Yeah, a trade.
But here's another thing. That's not too out of the way. A lot of y'all, do y'all know Enes Kanter? I don't know if you know Enes Kanter. Enes Kanter is I think he's Armenian or some type of Arab or something.
Yeah.
He's played for the Celtics last time I heard from him. He's a tall, 7-foot center named Enes Kanter. He literally started waving around. He got banned from his country. He can't come back. He come back, they're going to kill his ass. So he became an American citizen. And out of nowhere, he became this super American patriot. And everybody was like, he's a CIA. He's clearly connected with CIA.
Do you know how many actors and especially actresses that were spies?
What's the dude name that he interviewed? What's the cartel drug lord? El Chapo.
El Chapo.
Shawn Michaels. What's his name? Sean something. Sean Payton? No, not
Sean Penn.
Sean Penn. How do you get in contact with El Chapo?
Because you know what he is.
Old buddy, the blonde hair, white hair dude.
Tucker Carlson.
No. He probably is too, but the blonde hair dude, one who wore glasses.
Anderson Cooper. The Vanderbilts. We're not even going to go into his line.
So a lot of these people are CIA and stuff. We know for a fact, you can go look at this, the CIA or American government really, the military has a hand in Hollywood movies and how they're put out to control the perception of America. Rocky, the entire Rocky series is about the Red Scare of Russia. Well, at least not the whole series. The series,
the third movie.
The third movie. That movie was propaganda.
The first two was with Apollo. I'm living in America.
Yeah. The third movie is propaganda about Russia. What's the video games? Have y'all ever played Call of Duty? Who's always the bad guy? China and Russia. All this stuff is the entire industry, gaming, movies, television, is controlled by the American government, the military. They control all that stuff.
Peekaboo said Kwame Brown did a YouTube exposing rappers investing in prisons. The rappers are recruiting black young people to rob and kill so they can be charged with RICO charges, getting 30 or more prison time.
Exactly. I'm not surprised.
Wow.
Bro, the game is cold. This is why would you, as a black man,
that new Top Gun movie, we ain't got to see that yet.
Yeah, I haven't seen it yet. If all those movies are propaganda, they push an ideology on their citizens to convince them we're the good guys. Everything we do, put like this. Right now, Russia and Ukraine and America's involved. Look how well Top Gun is doing. It's the #1 movie. Why would they put that out right? It's
in the middle propaganda. Of all this stuff. Yeah,
we're the good guys. So don't be surprised. They might have put that movie out to go ahead and set it up for when they go over there.
Yeah,
we're gonna get into what Biden said about Americans going to Ukraine, but that might change in the near future. But hold on, let me go to this next one. Yeah, we go straight to it. Now, speaking of LGBT, because Brittany Griner, she is a lesbian woman.
Are we sure that's a lesbian?
I think it's just a man. I remember when Brittany Griner first came on the scene, and they saying how she can play in the NBA. And I was looking at, I remember when LeBron co-signed that bullshit. Yeah, she's pretty good. She can play the NBA. I was like, you goofy motherfucker.
Well, he probably done had a couple sessions with Brittany Griner. That's why he was defending her. Listen, they be switching off. They don't care who's who.
They said that she could beat DeMarcus Cousins. I was like, she can't beat DeMarcus Cousins now, and the man barely got a damn left leg. Or
I was about
leg.
to say,
the man's leg.
That's funny. You mentioned leg, as I was about to mention leg.
Yeah, because he tore his meniscus. He's done. His career's done. He could beat her now. He could run. He'd be down walloping down the floor. Anyway, Biden signs new LGBT exclusive order amid a raft of bills targeting trans youth. So we know that they're exporting this nonsense to other countries. We talked about how they did it in Korea.
Oh, nonsense! You've been listening to too many black immigrants. Nonsense. They love that word, nonsense.
He just said
our cousin might be. My father might be immigrant. We don't know.
Who?
You said Dean?
Yeah.
Father might be immigrant.
We got a cousin named Dean. That's what we're talking about.
His kids say they Puerto Rican.
No, they say they. See, you bring some real shit in here. Just chill out. Calm down.
There you go. Bah. Saw that. I done solved it. Why he say? I done solved why he say nonsense.
Okay.
That's what happens when with foreigners.
All right, man. So you see, President Biden signed a sweeping new executive order on Wednesday that aims to protect LGBT youth from a raft of conservative state laws and address barriers they face to healthcare and housing. The order directs the Department of Health and Human Services to release new guidance for states on how to expand access to comprehensive healthcare for LGBT patients. According to the White House fact sheet. It also orders the Education Department to release a sample school policy that is inclusive of the LGBT students, among other actions. The order aims to use the muscle of the federal government to push back on laws in states like Texas and Florida that have restricted access to health care for transgender youth and barred discussion in elementary schools about gender and sexual orientation. So basically what you're saying is you want people to pay for their surgeries, and you want them to talk about it in classrooms for no reason. What does this is stuff your parents teach you. Why do a teacher need to teach me? No, I could tell you how I want you. It's my job to help you with your worldview, not your teacher. Your teacher at school telling you what's okay, and I might not agree with it.
Exactly.
Then you bring that stuff home, and now you saying I'm wrong. And now we back in 1984 because now the kids are snitching on the parents. My mom, my dad are what do they call it? Transphobic.
Not in a black household. You don't tell your business.
The game is different. Now your son and your daughter going to school telling your parents that you transphobic. And now you guys, what do they call it, CPS? They come out to your house and say, we don't think your kid feels safe here.
You know the kids are unfiltered. Like they just say whatever.
They said.
So
my mama said, my daddy said they.
That's what come out of a black household.
My daddy said they trannies. It's gonna go. And now you got the damn
Or can
child.
you imagine an LGBTQ teacher?
Oh.
And the little black boy said, "My dad said you's a."
My daddy said, "You God gonna get you." Lord have mercy.
My grandma said, "Y'all be digging in y'all ass."
Oh God. I got a commercial. When I show you this commercial, it's funny you said that. Lord. So they're trying to control what they teach your kids. This is just a quick one. I want to read the headline. They said she would say this and just be funny. Michigan AG says drag queens make everything better. Suggests drag queens for every school. And this is Fox News. But Fox News supports transgenderism. They had a special.
They do.
Where they support it. So it's funny they said
they
this.
fake.
They support the same way they was against the mandates, but they had mandates.
They fake.
You're against mandates, but Fox News, the network, has mandates for their workers. But okay.
Yep.
So a lot of them white people, they don't trust Fox News no more. Fuck them too. They all fake. They are fake, man. They are fake. Now I want to show you this. This is a commercial. And hopefully this should load up because I really want to show this. Some of y'all might have seen this already.
We might get a strike.
Oh, because
my video probably gonna get flagged because they're gonna say that's their commercial and they don't want it to be reacted to or shown. We're exploiting the LGBT community by showing this commercial and having a reaction to it.
Listen, y'all, this shit is.
I'm telling you what's gonna pop up.
Jimmy Dore did it.
Jimmy Dore is in a different class of
It don't matter.
A level where he's at.
Listen, we're just gonna play it. Travis,
hell, Jimmy Dore could be CIA.
He could. When you see this, you can be like, "There's no way this is real."
I see the taco and I see something next to the taco.
Listen, it's called Eat with Pride.
Okay.
Just listen.
Are you eating this pride? Well, if you're a top, it seems like you can eat whatever you want.
A top. Yes, they're talking about a top.
But if you're a bottom, you're expected to starve?
Is that a
Listen, Travis. They made a peach, which obviously looked like a certain thing.
It looks like a vagina.
No, not a vagina. No, it's a pussy.
Oh, that's what Yvette accused Tyreek of being obsessive over, bussy.
Listen, just hold on.
Not this pride.
So they're saying tops. This is a commercial.
What is a top?
A gay dude who's not taken.
And okay.
They're saying that they're talking about getting poo-poo on your junk. So you have to eat certain foods for that not to happen. Yes, this is real.
How is this commercial even allowed?
I don't know if it's on television. It's not on television.
It's on TikTok.
It's on TikTok. It's on TikTok. It's all the other platforms.
Introducing the bottom-friendly menu from Postmates. We teamed up with Dr. Evan Goldstein from Bespoke Surgical to bring you a menu of bottom-friendly foods.
So apples, apples.
No. They are not. That's not the food they're talking about. They are representing,
the areas.
Yeah.
Backed by science. Insoluble fiber won't help you feel cute, so avoid things like whole grains, wheat bran, cauliflower, potatoes.
Anything that make you go to the bathroom. Shit. Cauliflower will give you gas. So you're going to be farting.
They telling gay men.
This is what you eat.
This is
what you can't eat if you planning on engaging.
So obviously they go through and tell you what you can and can't eat.
This is crazy.
Look at this.
And the damn cucumber, the eggplant is dressed up in dominatrix.
Yeah, something like that.
You know what? We are in Sodom and Gomorrah.
This shit is crazy.
We are in a whole different area. 10 years ago, I cannot even imagine this being allowed on a platform. They're giving you insight on what foods to not eat.
It's like, why?
So that you won't be shitting and farting on people. Some people into that shit, though. Damn.
Oh, my God.
America is Sodom and Gomorrah.
Now, look at this. Did you read this one?
I glanced through the article.
Okay. Synagogue led by rabbi rouser sues Florida over abortion ban. In this article, they literally admit that abortion is a part of their religion.
Yes, we said that 2-3 episodes ago that
it's a part of their custom.
It's part of their they sacrifice to Baal.
But they admitted it in this lawsuit. Watch this. The congregation says law violates Jewish teachings which require abortion to protect women. Governor office says law will withstand challenge. A new Florida law prohibiting abortion after 15 weeks with some exceptions violates the religious freedom rights of Jews in addition to the state constitution's privacy protections, a synagogue claims in a lawsuit. The lawsuit filed by Congregation Le Devoir, I'm not to say that, contends that the law that takes effect July 1st violates Jewish teachings, which state abortion is required if necessary to protect the health, mental, or physical well-being of the woman. That's already been a thing.
That's already, yeah.
That's not, even in the laws where they're quote-unquote banning it, they're saying if the child or the woman's life is in danger, you're supposed to do the procedure.
Yeah.
As such, the act prohibits Jewish women from practicing their faith free of government intrusion and violates the privacy rights of religious freedom, says the lawsuit filed last week in Leon Court Circuit Court. The lawsuit asks that people who do not share the religious views reflected in the act will suffer, and that it threatens the Jewish people by imposing the laws of others' religions upon Jews. What's the other religion? The Holy Bible.
Yeah.
Crazy, man.
Peekaboo said China is next up to invade Taiwan. They're saying that Taiwan has bioweapon labs. Just like Russia exposed Ukraine had 46 weapons labs and Nazi fightings for Ukraine. I believe they probably got some labs in Taiwan too.
They 100% do.
Any place that the United States is backing.
Anywhere America has a base or any sort of a
relationship
connection with, they got bases there. They got biolabs there more than likely. Biden to send another $1 billion in military aid.
We should be done as a country. How have we not gotten his ass out of office?
Why is he still allowed to do this? This is crazy.
The inflation that we're dealing with. You know, people leave out of the store with 3 bags, and it's over $100.
Crazy.
Yet the president is sending aid to a country that don't need no aid.
Well, they do need aid, but from themselves. Stop playing. People need to get out of there. Get them out of there, and Russia get up out. It's so easy to fix this. But now Biden is saying, hey, Ukraine, y'all need to start negotiating. So now people are starting to look at it like Biden's trying to throw Zelensky under the bus.
Yeah.
And like we told you, don't be surprised if something don't pop off by August, because not only did the ex-president of Russia and what's the guy name from America, the Secretary of State, the infamous Secretary of State, Henry Kissinger.
Okay.
He even says something got to be done by August. So
yeah, that's true. A lot of products are made in Taiwan.
Yeah, just like the reason why we're gonna talk about Russia's economy next. With all this stuff going on, Russia's making more money from their oil. They're making more money from the wheat, and they're making more money from the fertilizer. They're making more money because people need it more because there's less access to it. So Russia's economy is doing better. Their inflation is not nearly as high as America.
How's there less access to it?
Because America's got all these sanctions. So it's more expensive to get out, but people are paying more to get it.
Oh, yeah.
The U.S. to sell
They're sanctioning them on getting it out, yeah.
U.S. to sell up to 45 million barrels of oil for reserve as part of historic release. Now, remember, Biden, when he first got in office, what's the first thing he said? He said, we're stopping the drilling. No more drilling. Now he's mad with the oil company saying, you guys need to drill, you guys need to produce more oil. You stopped us from drilling. And whatever you want to say about Trump, under Trump, America was self-sufficient when it came to oil. They didn't buy none. They said they found some up north in North Dakota or something, was it?
I think so.
There's an oil reserve up there, one of the biggest in the world.
Is that when the Native Americans were fighting to keep them from drilling? Because they thought that the oil would get into the water, and it did get up. They knew it was going to get into the water.
They don't give a fuck.
But they're not the real.
You don't give a fuck about them. You don't give a fuck about the natives either?
The natives who?
What do you mean the natives who? They can't have clean water?
They not on that reservation?
They can't have clean water?
What natives are you talking about?
The ones that was protesting Trump putting
They ain't no natives.
They can't have clean water?
They can. Siberia, Mongolia.
I knew you were about to say
that. They have plenty of clean water. It gets cold as hell there. Shit freezes up. They have all that water.
All right, listen.
Fresh.
Speaking of Mongolians or Chinese or Asians, why China threads the needle on Ukraine? Beijing is confident in the United States declining and unwilling to rock the boat. You notice China been very patient. They've been very patient. They haven't jumped. But
they've always been a patient country.
Very patient. The stereotype of Asians is that they're not show-offs. They just wait. They'll wait forever. Because just in the damn early 2000s, 90s, China was nothing to be worried about.
Yeah.
And they decided to be the world's manufacturers. They manufacture everybody's goods. That's why everything in your house say made in China.
Made in Taiwan,
that made
too.
them one of the wealthiest countries. So now they're looking at it as our time to shine.
After this kingdom falls, it's done.
So they look at America right now, and as I said, they look at the internal turmoil, which they had something to do with. We know that they had something to do with it. And they say, well, their society is falling. They have a split in their nation when the Trump came in. Really, when Obama came in, there was a split. That's what, if you ask white people, when did race relations get bad? They'll say Obama. Obama ruined race relations. You go, what?
How did he ruin? He had a beer. He went and had a beer
with a man who arrested a black man for trying to break into his own home. But it was Obama that destroyed race relations. All right. Well, you see this, it says, as Russia's invasion of Ukraine falters, Moscow has many opponents and few backers. Even China, Moscow's closest diplomatic partner, other than Belarus, maintains a studied distance. On the one hand, blaming the West for its supposed threat to Russia's security and condemning the United States for imposing sanctions, while on the other hand, reaffirming its principal support for the territorial integrity and sovereign states and calling for a negotiated resolution of what it calls the Ukraine crisis. Why does China neither endorse nor condemn Russia's President Vladimir Putin's war? The answer lies in what would become the first principle of the Chinese foreign policy: distrust of the United States. For decades, China has embarked on a quest to assume what it regards as its historical mandated position as the dominant power in Asia. Remember, we showed the former Attorney General. That's not the name they use. That's just how he pretty much was their Attorney General in China. He said, "We are going to go to America because America is running out of, China is running out of space, and then America is rightfully ours because there was already Asians there. Talking about the natives.
Those are not natives.
People. He said the yellow people in America are treated badly. Talking about the natives, quote unquote.
The Indians.
Yeah. The what? Yeah. He said it.
The fake.
Yeah, the Chinese
Native Americans.
Yeah, the Chinese dude. He was a general over there. He said we're going to take it because it's ours. He said we're not going to use nuclear weapons because we want the land and the farming land. He said they're going to use bioweapons. That's all I'm saying. I'm going to stop right there. That's why it's funny with that thing that hit us the last 2 years where it came from. But it's all convoluted because it's possible that America's the one who did that.
There's another thing that's going to be hitting a couple folks too.
To my monkeypox.
Monkey bread.
Oh, shit. So, yeah, China's going to be very patient because they see this shit is falling apart. And they've been kind of being real patient with Taiwan as well. But America has kind of changed their policy with Taiwan because they said they would do no military action to defend Taiwan. But now they're saying Biden came out a little while ago and said they will use military action. We know that's a bluff. But
do we know that's a bluff?
Biden going against China? Really?
Well, it ain't Biden going against China. It's the big guy going against China.
He good with them too. He used to go over there all the time. He in their pocket too.
Oh, Kamala Harris. Ain't her name Lotus Flower in China or something? She
got a name. She got some name.
She has a name.
Official name over there. But her name Kamala means
Told
devil.
you she's a spy.
The name Kamala means devil.
Yeah, it's devil.
Corporate self-sanctioning of Russia has U.S. Fearing economic blowback. Officials seek to clarify guidance so there aren't unintended impacts on inflation supply chains. So now they're saying, oh, look, these these sanctions we're putting on Russia is hurting us more than it's hurting them.
Well,
let me show you this one. Indian Express. Russia's oil revenues soars despite sanctions, study finds. The EU also reduces imports of Russian crude oil, which declined 18% in May, but that dip was made up by India and the United Arab Emirates, who have they met with Biden yet?
No.
Leading to a no.
I don't believe so.
I don't think they have. I think he's supposed to be going over there recently, or maybe
he's supposed to go over there.
Yeah,
because he couldn't get them to get on the phone.
Yeah, leading to no net change in Russia's oil export volumes. The research showed.
It's like going to somebody's house. You done called them and they didn't answer. They said they didn't want to speak to you, and then you go over there hoping they open up the door. That's pretty much what it
going
is.
To your lady house.
Yeah, that's why I wanted to.
She didn't want to answer the phone.
I ain't answering that phone. And then you get there, you knock on the door.
She don't answer.
She don't answer because she got somebody else in there.
Now hold on. Now see,
and we know who they got in there. They got Russia and China in there. China is in there.
Yeah, China's over there. China. They already, when they said they are willing to have their oil backed by the yuan over the dollar.
Yeah.
That didn't get as much news press as it should have got.
It becomes a thing. Who's making love to your old lady?
That's the old lady too. She's been riding with China, America for a while.
Wanted to try.
You know how a pimp say they bottom chick? They deal with a lot of stuff, but everybody knows it's not gonna last forever because at some point they're gonna get tired of your stuff. And the bottom chick is always known for flipping on you, and not just leaving you, but flipping on you and snitching on you to the cops to make sure you get arrested. That's what United Arab. They're gonna snitch on America to China and make sure everything go bad for them. All right, right now I want to show a video from Ukraine of a 16-year-old boxer who, during her acceptance of her silver medal, waved a Nazi flag. This is Ukrainian 16-year-old girl, but they tell us there's no Nazis over there. Let me show the video. The woman had to tell her to put the flag down.
And that's the Ukraine colors.
Huh?
Blue and gold, that's their flag colors.
Yeah. Ain't that crazy? This is insanity. And they got you niggas.
Some are going to war.
Talking about going to war over there. Talking about, what's his name?
You won't even go to war in your own neighborhood. Well, you go to war, in your neighborhood against other niggas.
Like you.
But you won't go to war for other things in your neighborhood.
Got a war you need to deal with. Speaking of people going over there, now, Malcolm Nance went over there, right? Did he really? Probably not. We saw a couple of Negroes across social media admit that they went over there. Now, this is what Biden's saying about people going over there because 2 Americans were caught. They weren't black, but 2 Americans were caught up over there. Let's see what Biden had to say about people making the decision to go over there.
I have been briefed. We don't know where they are, but I want to reiterate.
It's so loud.
Americans should not be going to Ukraine. Say it again. Americans should not be going to Ukraine.
He said Americans should not be going to Ukraine.
So if you go over there,
it's on you.
You get stuck
so what
over
he's
there,
saying is,
it's on you.
America has this no man left behind policy. So if you're an American trapped in another country, they're going to do what's needed necessary to get you out.
However,
they still ain't done it with Brittany Griner, and they're letting everybody know if you go to Ukraine and get caught by them Russians, you're done for. We're not negotiating for you. You're a prisoner of war at that point. And Russia, more than likely, is going to bring you up on war crimes. That they're going to say you were sent off by them Nazis to come over here and kill people who come over here to kill Russians.
Yep.
The same way when America said they're going to give Ukraine long-range weapons, and Ukraine promised not to use those weapons to attack Russia. And Russia said, if one of them bombs hit us, we're going after the Pentagon, basically. Now,
well,
go ahead.
It won't be the first time the Pentagon took a shot.
What shot they take?
9/11.
That shit was fake.
We know, but the United States fucking did it to their own country, so why would they care about another?
The 9/11 thing is so. How did that big ass plane? They're gonna tell me that big ass plane crashed, but you only got this little piece left.
It's gonna be a fact check under the video about 9/11. Just let it go.
Do that anyway.
Just let it go. Let it go.
U.S. veterans missing in Ukraine. Former foreign bond over background. These are the 2 men who went missing.
Oh, a white man and an Asian man.
More than likely, they good as gone. More than likely. They're not missing. You don't go missing in the war. You either captured or you up a road.
What in the world would make me want to go to another country
and protect that country from another country?
Oof.
Ukraine war. Russia earns $20 billion from oil revenue in May.
Yeah, Putin ain't doing too well.
Yeah, they say he got cancer.
Or maybe making people think there's something wrong with him.
I think they tried to get him up out of here, and he survived it. But now
somebody went and tried to give him the
Rona. Give him that bad cold. Coinbase to lay off 18% of workers,
like the Queen's son did to her.
Huh?
Like the Queen's son did to her.
Why is that not a? This dude went around his mama when he had. She's like, what is she, 100? He went around his mama when he got COVID.
She say she 100. Might be pushing about 120.
She's probably on her 3rd, 4th heart, probably.
That
her
black
husband was on number 10.
That black heart.
Remember that black dude that said, why the the black dude in England, I forgot his name again. He said, why does the Queen Elizabeth got a warrant for her arrest? Next thing you know, he in the crazy house.
Yep.
But yeah, the crypto shit is done. At least for now, at least. Yeah. Even that took a hit in this economy. They're supposed to be able to withstand that though. All right. Now we're gonna show this food shortage thing has been a story that's fourth generation farmer. Food shortage is coming. Now you saw
He was on Fox News.
Yeah, he was on Fox News
a couple weeks ago, and he was pretty much saying he was talking more about the black farmers.
Yeah. Basically, he basically saying, look, with all the shit going on right now, you should know that it's not gonna get no better no time soon. Let me go ahead and show.
like giving the economy chemotherapy in the sense that chemo kills the cancer just a little bit faster than it kills the patient. That's the design, at least. Interest rates kill inflation just a little bit before it kills the economy, but it makes the economy quite sick. Like cancer, the longer inflation goes unchecked, the more painful the cure. We'll take you back to 1979 in the same way it did with politics, happening a little bit with the economy as well. 13.3% inflation required an interest rate near 18%. But compared to today, inflation's 8.6%. The Federal Reserve only charges other banks 0.83%, less than 1%. So a lot more interest rate hikes have to come. That's going to affect mortgages, credit cards, car loans, you name it. Even the 70s, though, didn't bring food shortages. Farmers say this round of inflation and the supply chain crisis and rising prices could very well bring food shortages to America. If you don't think that that's possible because people tell you it's not, remember those are the same people who told you that it wasn't possible to have a baby formula shortage. That's exactly what we have right now. Is just another day at the office. For us TV folks, it's a little bit more, a little harder and stressful.
That's
we appreciate you staying with us. You a couple weeks ago said food shortages and wild price spikes are really possible November, December, January coming up. Has that risk gotten more or less over the past couple of weeks?
I think it's gotten more, and people are going to see the rising cost of food in their local grocery stores in the coming months. Farmers are feeling the pinch from high cost of diesel fuel, $6 a gallon, $1,000 for a ton of fertilizer, where I was paying $400, just last year for fertilizer. Truckers are feeling the pinch, $1,500 to fill up a transfer truck. All of those costs have to be passed on. And you have a certain region in the world that's not planting crops this time in Ukraine. So there's going to be a shortage of wheat and other commodities that they've been producing there as well. So farmers had a late planting season out in the Illinois area where they had early rain. All of these things are going to affect the high cost of food, and the American people, these low-income people that are barely making it now, those are the people who are really, really going to feel the pinch in the coming months.
They keep telling you.
You prepare.
They keep telling you.
Stock up on canned goods, water. If you can get one of those,
I ain't got to show her. She said the same thing, basically. He just said, y'all need to stop acting like it's going to get better. It's going to get worse. Now, speaking of food shortages, in London, Ontario, when you think London, you think England, but this is in Canada. Significant damage. Notice they keep saying that. They never say destroy. They say significant damage, which means we can't continue working in this building, after fire at London, Ontario chicken processing plant.
Yep. And then we know about the 5 or 6 others that happened during this year.
Exactly.
Some they probably haven't even mentioned yet.
Exactly. Multiple crews responding to fire at food manufacturing facility near Portuguese Waupaca County line. Now, this right here was a fire that happened in Wisconsin to a manufacturing facility, food manufacturing facility. Look at this one right here. Speaking of flooding, formula production at Abbott, Michigan plant delayed after flooding from severe
They don't
storm.
want it open.
So the baby formula is about to go back.
So y'all better whip it out and start pumping and getting it out of you. So, yeah.
Oh, Lord.
Those of you who can't produce,
better go find remember that movie, what's in that movie? With a woman from Living Single?
She
had to breastfeed a woman's kid because she couldn't.
Mm-hmm. You got to buy milk from another woman that can produce.
That's so disrespectful.
It's not disrespectful. It's real life happening right now. You put aside your pride and pony up that dough.
Well, how much is that gonna be worth then?
Oh Lord,
breast milk gonna be worth a lot.
Well, we know that the most expensive black milk is gonna be from black women. They got
expensive milk. Gonna be chocolate milk.
Exactly, that's the most expensive milk. We know it ain't coincidence that these White women had black slaves nursing their kids.
Milk was sweeter.
It was definitely sweeter.
That ain't funny.
No, we're not saying it in the context.
I know you're not,
we're saying it in the context of it is what it is. We know that it's been proven.
Yeah. Ohio makes it easier for teachers to carry guns in public schools. You hear that?
Ohio makes it easier for teachers to carry in public. Yeah. Do you think teachers should be packing?
Here's the problem. We see a lot more students putting their hands on teachers.
That's true, but we see a lot of teachers whooping their ass.
But are they gonna be whooping their ass or gonna be start popping their ass? I think you're gonna hear about teachers shooting students.
Yeah. White teacher shoots a black.
But exactly. What's they gonna have when a white
They
teacher,
not even gonna have to put their hands on, they could just raise their voice and tone.
Then the teacher bring a gun to school. Now the students gonna
exactly. That's what I'm about to say. The students is gonna start bringing guns to school because they're gonna say
shootouts with the teacher.
It's gonna be like, damn, it's gonna be a gang of teachers.
They're gonna be set tripping.
Yeah. They're gonna be like, what about that? Oh, you owe me for that weed, and she's gonna be like, I don't got it, and then it's gonna be
well, I need it.
I need it.
And it's gonna be you get it when you get it when I got it. And it's gonna be and this thing you know, woo. Wrap them up.
They're gonna be on a news channel. Today a student shot a teacher, reportedly
owed him money for weed. Nah, it's gonna be owe him money for Percocet pills.
If it's a white teacher, it's gonna be Percocet,
Xan,
meth.
Yeah. Or fentanyl. Lord have mercy.
Heroin.
How you say it? Cocaine.
A black one is gonna be weed. Yes, crack.
Yeah, crack. It's still teachers out. It's still old black people smoking crack out here.
I can't believe they still on that shit.
On it for 20, 30 years, some of them. But they healthy as a damn whole heart.
Ain't nothing wrong with my heart.
But then they end up dying of a heart problem.
Yeah.
But let me show you this this video here. This is an older video. It's like a couple weeks old, I think.
That's who replaced Meghan McCain?
I don't know. But they talk about gun control, and she says something that's true.
She's clearly a conservative, ain't she?
For the black woman?
Yeah, I've never seen her. She's a conservative?
I think she is. Let me just play it in.
Most AR-15 owners are former military, 35 plus and married. So that's all I'm saying is that they're not just crazy people.
Here's the thing. Once black people get guns in this country, the gun laws will change. Trust me.
Most AR-15 owners are former military, 30.
I'm mad at this. Look like the black woman disagreed when it's the truth. But the way she said it wasn't to affirm the racism against black people. She was actually making a point. Y'all need to buy guns so that they'll change the laws. It seemed more like it was being more racist.
Anything to get the guns away from you.
Yeah, y'all buy some guns so they'll change the laws. Instead of saying this is racist, you should be able to own guns. It's y'all buy them so none of us can buy them. It's crazy.
So the government can come in and tell us what to do.
Yeah, all the time. Here we go. Come on, thing.
You know, I don't know what's been going on with the internet.
It's weird.
This thing that went out like 6-7 times.
Well, it went out 3 times actually.
It went out 4 times.
All right. Suspension of vaccine mandate for domestic travelers, transportation workers,
7?
and federal employees. Oh yeah. Oh, you lucky. It's too early for that.
That's why I did that.
All right. Suspension of vaccine mandate for domestic travelers, transportation workers, and federal employees. Okay, in Canada now, you can work if you're not vaccinated.
No, this is the word suspension.
I said for a while. I ain't mean permanently, but you can go to work. You can travel without being vaccinated.
They want everybody back in the offices.
Exactly.
So
why?
Why do they want people in the offices? Why do they want people around other people?
They said production is down, and I would believe.
Well, production been down. Production been down for what? Years?
Oh, he's talking about in general. People just not good. Good at their job. Well, you can't tell me customer service didn't take us.
Well, customer service is already bad before the pandemic, but it's just a shit now.
They don't give a damn. People don't give a damn.
No, they don't.
Children are being infected with up to 3 viruses at a time because COVID measures have worn down their immune systems and made them vulnerable to illnesses usually only caught in winter, expert warns. Remember when they said that kids talking ability, speech, kids are developing speech impediments because during COVID, everybody wearing masks And most of the ways kids learn how to talk is through reading people's mouth. They couldn't see how people talk while they was talking to them, so a lot of kids are behind in their speech. And that's sad. You got a generation of kids that actually gonna have a speech. They have to learn how to speak a little bit later than everybody else.
Wow.
Not to mention the schooling. Kids that was told to log in on that laptop to go to class, and 7 months went by, they never logged in once. And they in the 6th grade. They're going to be behind. A lot of them parents was doing their kids' work for them and emailing it in and stuff.
So they didn't have to deal with it?
Yeah, because the kid didn't know how to do it. The teacher was not paying attention. We saw the videos. The teacher's not paying attention to what the kid's doing.
Yeah, they were too busy doing other things.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. That wasn't in front of kids. That was a teacher conference. That wasn't a classroom setting.
Oh, but there is one where the mama's walking around naked.
Yeah. The little boy was just sitting there like, he said, Lord, is that she naked?
Welcome to the black household.
Your mama walking around butt naked.
Like, she don't do it though when you adult, but
it's just
5, 6, 7, 8.
Boy, move on. I gotta get something. All right.
Mama, he puts a damn clothes on.
Pfizer COVID vaccines are safe and effective for small children, FDA staff says. So now they have approved Pfizer and Moderna vaccine for kids 4 months. Sorry, is it 6 months to 4 years old?
What is?
And people gonna give it to their kids too. FDA authorizes Pfizer and Moderna COVID vaccines for infants, toddlers, and preschoolers. And it's funny how many parents gonna say, "Put the shot right here.
Put the mark right here."
My kid is taking their ass to school. They going to preschool, and they babysitter is definitely gonna come over here.
Yeah.
So you can do all the shit you want to do to get in that shot. But it is what it is. We've held on to y'all long enough.
Like the old folks say, we ain't gonna hold you.
Ain't gonna hold you no longer. Cause y'all ain't here, man.
Thank you, low key. Low key stayed the whole time.
Yeah, shout out to the brother, man.
I don't know if George is still in here or not.
Shout out to George the way he was
Peekaboo.
in here. Peekaboo.
Regina, I don't know if y'all still in here, but
yeah, thank you for coming. I know it went
even
out
if you didn't make it,
yeah. Even if you didn't make it, if you
all
watch
the
it
way,
later,
because I understand.
Yeah, people got lives they gotta live.
People got lives that gotta live.
Watch it in peace if you want. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Please like, subscribe. Anybody who watches after the live, please comment. Let us know what you think of some things. Y'all never leave comments. Nigga, just watch it and keep pushing. I get it though. It is what it is. You got anything else you want to say?
No, thanks for viewing the channel. And yeah, hopefully we don't, get another strike.
I don't think we did nothing in this one.
We don't think we did nothing. But they'll find something that we did.
I'm trying to put it on private first. See if I can. I got to edit the beginning part out anyway.
Oh yeah, Loki said consumption is up and being down.
Yeah. Well, during the COVID, during the pandemic, people were buying like crazy. Amazon made a lot of money during the pandemic.
Still making a lot of money.
Still, they made more though because people were not. People just buying stuff on the internet. They weren't going to those stores. So, yeah.
Some people still don't go to stores.
Then you got those what's it called, checks sent out. People buying like crazy.
You talking about the stimulus?
Stimulus. They put a lot of money into the economy. People bought TVs, couches. They bought all kind of shit.
54, 64-inch screen TV boxes all over everywhere.
All over the place.
It's like,
then you got the
was that necessary?
The PPP loan. People were buying cars, taking vacations. So yeah, it is what it is. But anyway, man, hope y'all enjoyed it. Y'all be safe. All praise to the Most High. And peace, man.